What? Never mind.
What, huh? All right, guys, we
to...
are live. We are live right now. We got a good panel with us already today. We are ready to talk. We're ready to chat. Ready to have ourselves a good time here. Guys, this is Caliber Corner episode number 36. Got to apologize. I took last weekend off. It was the wife's birthday, so we decided to have some family come out, hang out, did some shopping, looked at a few things, had some birthday cake, and had some fun. So anyway, we are back. We're ready to go. Should be able to broadcast for the next couple weeks here. Might have to talk about Tulsa when it's coming up. But anyway, let's just see who's joining us over on the Gun Channel side real quick. Looks like we got Paper Plane Crash over there. Mid-Ohio Gunners with us. Tony is there. Tony is here. Gizzard Gary's with us today. All right, and Gizzard Gary's out there also. We've got Buck. He had his last name up there. He might not be going on right now. And Jim is out there, and Jim is here on the Gun Channel side. And over on the YouTube side, we've already got a good crowd joining us. We got 10 people watching. Mash that thumbs up button, and I'll explain to you why here in just a second. SS Pond is joining us. Good morning, Stan. Let's see here. Grim90 is with us. Scott Pacini's out there. Deuce Driver 610. Jim is there. Jim is here. WB, what's going on, WB? We'll do a second little attendance here in a little bit once some of the other viewers come join us here. So real quick, let's just kind of go through the panel, let everybody introduce themselves. And since age comes with wisdom, Tony, we're going to start with you. You got anything you'd like to plug or anything you'd like to say?
Just the early watch when we can manage to get it on during the day. Good morning, everybody.
Real quick, Tony, early watch has been hosted by various gun channels. AWAG's been doing it lately. Is that right? Is that
Night Strike's doing it?
Or not AWAG? I'm sorry, Night Strike. Yeah. I'm still waking up. Man,
he's been
doing these things while I'm drunk again.
No, I'm perfectly sober. Yeah.
No, me.
Oh, sorry. Tony.
Am I making early watches?
Night Strike's hosting for us while Jimmy's without internet since he just moved. So.
Oh, okay.
Definitely want to thank him for that.
Okay. So it wasn't a strike situation, which is the reason why we didn't have it. It was because of a moving situation. I thought maybe he had gotten a strike or something, so he lost his live cast privileges.
Oh no, we got several channels for that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I'd heard something. Oh yeah, they probably got a strike. I'm like, okay, whatever. So that's good. So you guys will be back and Jimmy. But it's a great show. You guys need to check it out. I listen in the mornings myself on my phone when I got some playing time and I'm sitting around doing some work in my classroom. And yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. A lot of good topics, a lot of good discussion going on. A lot of people watching it too, which is awesome. Cool. All right, man. So Tony, thanks for joining us. Sandhill Shooter, what is up, bro? How you doing?
Good morning. Thanks for the invite. I'm coming to you live from north central Nebraska today. That little picture that pops up for my avatar, I'm about 2 miles away from there right now.
It's awesome, man.
It is my dad's 70th birthday today, so happy birthday to my dad.
Happy birthday, Papa Sandhills. All right. Woo-hoo. Dude, March birthdays, man. I'm telling you, everybody was born in March. I mean, it's crazy. Sandhills, give us a weather report. Is it snowing? Is it raining? Because we tend to have an opposite weather pattern because I'm about 175 miles away from you, 200 miles away from you.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm almost straight north of you right now. But it's foggy this morning. It rained most of yesterday, and it was raining. We got up here about 11 o'clock last night, and it was still raining then. Everything is just completely mud. The roads are horrible. The yards are horrible. But we're going to see what trouble we can get into up here. It's supposed to be, 40s today. It's going to be a decent day. Sun's supposed to come out and burn off all this fog, so it should be pretty decent.
Cool. All right, man. Well, thanks for joining us. It's good. It's good you finally got a weekend off because you're always a busy man working. So, all right. We've got the other Travis joining us, Midnight Range TM. What's cracking, brother? How you doing, man?
What's going on, buddy? We're gonna jump in here while we're doing a little prep.
Eggs are cracking.
No, we're gonna boost your volume up here just a little bit.
You know what? I have a new set of headphones, so you might be.
There we go. Okay, I'm gonna boost it up. If it gets a little loud, I'll change the volume over here. I finally figured out how to use the control room on this thing. Hey, there we go.
Eggs are cracking.
Uh-oh, Gizzard, have you been busy at work there in the kitchen? Gizzard
has what is it, 30? He's got 30 lovely ladies that he knows, and they all gave you a little present.
Gizzard's children, no, don't eat them.
Oh, no. Sorry, Giz, we gotta take one for the team there, bro. Sorry.
Hey, I ate a couple myself this morning.
You poaching some eggs there, sir?
That's right. Yeah. Yep.
Nice. All right, man. Well, hey, Midnight Range, why don't you go and give us a plug real quick? What do you got on your channel? What kind of content we expect to find?
Food and guns.
Yeah, man. What else do you need? Really, food, guns,
I know, right?
water.
So, yeah, if you have any new people out there that don't know who I am, I'm a chef and a gun nut. So come over to my channel. I got some food videos, some gun videos. You can find a little bit of everything. And I do live streams 10:30 Eastern on Sundays.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys got to check out the closer. It's an awesome little way to end up your week. I love listening to that chat. It's a lot of fun. Midnight Ranger has a new setup, so he's starting to do more with the panel. He's getting a lot more interactive now. He's running stuff from a computer. He's really getting his show picked up. So you check out his channel. It's a lot of fun. If you want to learn the basics of cooking good food, learn all the secrets of the chefs, you just got to go right there.
Yeah, a lot of question and answer. So I mean, if you ever have any food questions, I'm the guy to look for. You know what I mean?
That, and also check out his Patreon channel. You got a lot of cool Patreon exclusives you do over there. You're doing like a cooking tip of the day. You're posting your videos. You know, you get some exclusives before they go live on YouTube. That is awesome.
I just started doing that yesterday. I thought it'd be kind of a fun idea to do like a chef's tip of the day. You know, it could be something really useful. It could be something kind of goofy, but I'm gonna try and throw something up every day. So yesterday was the first day I did that.
Awesome. Well, that's good stuff, man. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing, and fighting a good fight. All right, Jim is joining us from the beautiful state of Texas. What's going on, Jim? How you doing, man?
It actually has been quite beautiful here lately. We have had no humidity, and we're actually getting to where we need a little bit of rain.
Oh man.
I'm putting something in the side chat there. If you're looking for a receiver anyway, and you want to stick your finger in an anti-gunner's eye. Go out and get a hashtag one more receiver from Palmetto State.
All right, you know what? Let's just do a little screen share and show this off real quick. You guys are mods. I think you can put this link over there. So here you go. Hashtag one more, $59.99. So they're charging you about $20 more than you normally spend, but that's all right. That's all right. It's definitely worth it.
No,
it's for a good cause.
Their lowers right now are $49.99.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah, it's only about $10 more than normal.
Okay.
$10. I think another $10. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's definitely worth it. Heck yeah. Definitely go that route, man. That's something good to do. I know I keep getting the Palmetto. It is so hard to not want to buy something before going to Tulsa. It is bad. I'm
trying my best.
I'm just frothing right now. I'm dying to buy an upper for my AR lower, and I'm like, I can't do it. I gotta wait and see what's going to be there.
You put up a Palmetto State ad, and look who shows up.
Hey,
nice strike. Hey, I think he could smell it in the air. He could smell the PSA in the air. It brought him in.
Well, you know, what can I say?
Yeah.
But I don't know if I should be in this chat because I just sold a rifle because I didn't get my Indiegogo campaign goal. So I had to sell a rifle just so I could go to Tulsa.
I thought you reached your goal. You didn't reach your goal?
I only reached the goal to get a plane ticket. I didn't reach a goal to get a hotel.
Oh.
Yeah,
well,
you got a ton of help though, man. People were really cool to help you out. That was pretty awesome.
That was pretty cool, and I do appreciate it. So
that's all right.
But you know,
I want my stickers.
You'll get your stickers after I get them made.
Yay!
Get the what? The maid?
Yeah, I haven't gotten them made yet.
The maid, like the maid at the hotel.
The maid's gonna make your stickers?
No, the maid. I don't have the maid.
I thought you guys were gonna do some trafficking or something here. I was like, what are you talking about? Get the maid. And you're talking about a hotel and then getting the maid. I was totally lost, buddy.
God, I gotta start working with adults.
Well, the problem
that's a very adult topic. Yeah.
The problem is Travis works with kids too much, so his mind is stuck in one mode.
PC. I'm sorry, bro. All right.
Where my wife rolls her eyes and says, boy.
Oh, God. All right. So, Jim, back to you. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Glad you're with us today. And it's always good to have you back here. All right, man. Nice strike. Why don't you go ahead and give us a plug? Anything we should know? Any shows that you do? You got a lot of programs going on right here. You're definitely getting some content out there for people. What can we expect if we sub your channel and check you out on gun channels?
Well, and until further notice, until Jimmy gets off his ass and gets internet, you will see the early watch on the Night Strike 1 channel.
Putting in some overtime, buddy.
Every morning. So Night Strike is getting up extra early to start the channel, to start the early watch. Is he awake? Hell no, but it's happening.
We appreciate it, Strike. We really do.
Yeah.
And it ain't all that damn early. Come on, let's be honest. 9 o'clock your time. That's middle of the fucking day.
Yeah, but for someone who likes to sleep in, that's early, okay?
Yeah, I would know. If you sleep in it, I feel bad. I feel guilty if I sleep in at 7 o'clock. I mean,
all right, let me continue. All right, then I do hit or miss Tuesday nights 9 o'clock. I also do the Friday night strike at 8 Eastern, and anything else that comes up is what it goes on the Night Strike 1 channel. Now, here's the thing. I'm not too sure how long the Night Strike 1 channel will be on YouTube. So I am working on a project called guntube.org. So check that out. Don't copy all your YouTube videos to guntube.org, but please go over, check it out, maybe upload 1 or 2 videos.
Travis.
I'm
joking.
You know what I do want to do?
No breaking GunTube.
No. I won't. No.
I need a written contract from you saying you will not break GunTube.
I told you I would send you hard drives so that I don't do to you what I did to VidMe. So I'm just saying. All right. I do want to. You know what though? I do want to get. I did pull down the Caliber Corner reloading videos because that's one thing specifically that YouTube. I don't want to get anything happen. I don't want anything to happen to my account because we were talking about how to manufacture ammo or reload. So until I know I'm in the clear, I pulled those Caliber Corner chats. They're just in private mode, but I would like to put those up over on GunTube, but they're so long. I didn't know if you wanted me to, so I was going to ask you first. But you know, when you download them, they're like a quarter of the size they are when you first record them. So they can be an hour and a half, 2 hours long.
Yeah. How big is a file?
They could be under a gig, or I could divide them up into 2 sections.
You might have to do 2 sections.
Yeah.
But
that would be a good one to put up because we had some awesome discussions, and I think it's ridiculous we can't tell people how to safely reload ammunition.
I've got a 2 gigabyte upload limit, but if the process file is over 2 gigabytes, then you'll have to.
They won't be. In fact, since it's filmed with the camera and it's done through YouTube, it's a smaller file. But anyway, we can talk about the technicalities later. Reloading videos should be coming back in one way, shape, or form at some point. So
you should get a
by
t-shirt.
By that logic, my channel should be like nuked by now.
Well, nobody knows when stuff's kicking in or how they're doing it. But I don't want to get into the YouTube, the whole specifics of that, because that's another chat, another time. Other guys in gun channels are taking care of it. I'm just kind of letting that go. But just kind of be aware, you guys that have content, the specifics about what you can do and can't do. Really read into it, though. Really read the details, because it might not be as bad as you necessarily think. It's awful what they're doing, but it's not like you need to just burn everything and run away right now. So,
hey, Travis?
Yo.
Check out GunTube on Patreon.
Yes.
We need help.
Yes. If we're going to get this up and running, guys, if you want another medium to go to, because there's other places that
are. I don't have much faith in Full 30. I don't have much faith in Jaeger and his Libre TV, because it said in his campaign that the site was just for his videos first, and then letting everybody else second whenever he felt like.
Yeah, with probably a paid model in order to feature your content on James' channel.
I'm going to have some form of paid model too, just because of the fact that I'm going to need money to keep running it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you.
No, it's not. Servers are expensive, hard drives are expensive, and guys, go check out GunTube over on Patreon.com and pitch in a couple bucks. Let's get this up and running, because at some point down the road in a couple of years, we might not be doing what we're doing where we are right now. So. All right, man. We're going to keep rolling here. Gizzard Gary, thanks for joining us today. Is this your first time on Caliber Corner?
I believe it is, yes.
All right. Well, I appreciate you joining in. I don't know when you sleep, but I do appreciate you sacrificing your Saturday morning for being with us. You got any content you want to plug? Anything you want to say?
Let's see. My website is www.gizzardgary.com. I normally do a Friday afternoon chat. I didn't this weekend because somebody else had one going. Normally, I just do gun reviews from the standpoint of somebody who's just come into guns in the last few years. I tend to focus on budget-minded pistols and stuff like that, but a little bit of everything in there. So
I did try to contact Budget Guns and Gear this morning. I sent him a direct message through Gun Channels like I sent you. And so I don't know if he got that message. If I don't have a link for them, it's kind of hard for me to reach some of these guys if I don't have you on my chat bar in the bottom. So if anybody wants to send a link over to him, if you have a better way to reach him, because I don't have him on my email yet, I haven't set that up, please do. Because I wanted to get as many people in here today as we could.
Can I jump in here for a second?
Go ahead, Tony. Yeah, man.
We're going to do a Early Watch Nation chat. on what we're trying to do with the Early Watch Nation. And it's going to be Sunday, but I don't know when yet. You know when it's going to be, Night Strike?
We haven't set a date or time down yet. I still got to call Jimmy and find out when he wants to do it, whether it's going to be this weekend or next weekend.
I'm thinking it's going to be like Sunday at 5 o'clock Eastern.
Okay.
I don't know if it's this Sunday or what.
Yeah.
We'll check with Jimmy and get back to you.
Cool. That'll be awesome if you guys do that, man. You might as well just go ahead and go 7 days a week with your show because, you know.
Yeah, but then I can't sleep in on the weekends.
We're not doing this. Is a one-time thing.
Okay. You know, I said that too about Caliber Corner, and look where I am. All right.
No, I remember this because I'm the one who helped you set Caliber Corner up. And you said, Night Strike, I want to do my own show, but I don't know how to do it. Show me how to do it. I show you how to do it. And then you go, I don't have a name for it. I go, well, how about this, and this? You're like, no. And he's like, and then you're like, how about Caliber Corner?
No, Heavy D gave me the name for it. Heavy D was in that chat with us. He said, let's go with Caliber Corner. I'm like, yeah. So no, I know. I just thought maybe I'd do a couple little chats just to have a little bit of fun, get the word out there, and we're still doing it. Almost a year later, we're almost coming up on our first anniversary. Somebody had a question. Gary, was that you?
I was just going to go ahead and add, I also am in charge of the Early Watch Kansas channel. So if anybody's out there from the state of Kansas, check out Early Watch Kansas on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yep. There should be. We're trying to get a 50-state early watch going here. Yeah. Tony, do you have something? Question?
I'm just saying thank you to Gary.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome.
Moving down the line, Texas Merce, we'll get back to you in a second. AWAG, anything you want to say, buddy? Any shows you want to plug? Yeah.
I'm AWAG. My channel is probably going to be nuked very, very soon. And if you don't know why, check out my channel and then you'll see why.
Move your videos over to GunTube.
Go to the dark side. Go to GunTube.
Okay.
And download your videos too, so you have copies of them. You hurry up and get that done. Save them wherever you can, so that you have copies of them, so that you can re-upload them down the road. Because if they nix your channel, you can't find the videos. You won't be able to get your backup copies. If you do most of your stuff on your phone, especially, you know.
If they do end up nuking my my channel, I'm probably just gonna leave my YouTube channel as a car only YouTube.
Well,
channel.
it won't even. I don't even know if it'll exist. It'll probably disappear. You'll have to start over again. I don't think you'll even have access to your. Well, you'll just AWAG 2000, I guess, huh?
No, I'll keep it as AWAG 1000A and then
version
V
2.0.
You'll have to go to AWAG 1999.
Nah, man, it's
Was that the year you were
1996.
born? Were you born in 1999?
No, it was 96.
Good year. 96. Good year. All right, let's move on back here real quick to Texas Merce, and he's finally joining us. He's been a very, very busy guy. Texas, how you doing, man? See if we can get him to work with us today. He's in the chat.
Hey,
there
he
he
is.
is.
Hear me now?
Yeah, man. What's going on?
Sorry.
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. Thank you for inviting me. And yeah, it's been a busy year so far for my
Yes, it has.
last semester. So yeah.
Now, are you all
Excited to
finished up with school for now? Are you done for the time being, or what do you got going on?
No, I still got at least one more month left. I graduate the end of April, so
Right.
I still got clinicals to do. But a lot of that heavy work has been almost done this year. A lot of research for a project that we're doing,
Okay.
and a lot of that's done. So have some free time now.
I'll tell you what, man. You're going to have some withdrawal from having to be so motivated for so long, being on point 24/7, that just going to nothing and you're done. So give yourself some time to get out, get some fresh air. It's going to feel weird because you're going to feel like you need to be doing something. I've been through that situation myself, and it's odd, man. You're like, you feel guilty for just sitting there, and you're like, what do I do now? You know. And I know you're busy with your job and everything, but dude, welcome back. It's great to have you back. Love your little picture there. Don't tread on the pug. Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's to give more awareness to the Count Dankula stuff that's going on over in UK. How he got arrested for and found guilty of hate speech. So that's just giving more awareness of that.
For teaching a dog to just do something when he said something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's ridiculously stupid.
Yeah,
stupid on his part, and stupid on the government for going after him for it.
Wait, what? I'm oblivious to this whole situation.
Nice, sir. Can you sum it up real quick for us? Because we could do a whole chat.
He's a guy that does a lot of memes and a lot of jokes on the internet. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, what he did what he did was he taught the pug to do the whole arm salute thing when he said Heil Hitler.
And it was for a joke. It
was a joke. It was a bad joke, but it was a joke.
Yeah, he was saying that his girlfriend has this adorable dog, and he was thinking, how can I make this adorable dog the most hated thing in the world? And that's how it was a joke. It was a meme, and the government arrested him, and a year later he's now being tried he's been found guilty of hate speech, and now they're going to I think next month they're going to sentence him, and he could face up to a year in prison.
That's messed up.
And that's permanently, that's
all there is to it. That's all there is to the story. It's stupid. I hate it. But you know what? I'm glad that I live in the United States of America.
I'm glad too.
Yeah. Who knows what would happen here? I mean, you could get blacklisted on social media and then you're the next bad guy. Or you get that on the news and you're done. Your reputation is done, even if you do it as a joke. I mean, look at how many stupid little joke videos.
I don't even have a reputation, so
Oh, I'm just saying that, you become in the national spotlight as the next person that everybody wants to piss on, right? Because you
come on, Travis,
yourself, right?
Well,
yeah.
Well, there's one thing. It's one thing that having social, unpopular opinions and being a social outcast and having the government come and arrest you for your ideas and your speech.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as bad publicity, though, right?
Right.
No.
I don't agree with it. I was just throwing it out there.
I'm not going to say that's not funny. It is funny. It's a bad funny. But the factor is, in other countries, they don't have as good as laws as us. So, unfortunately, he got screwed.
No other country has speech protected like we do.
Exactly.
So, and that is worth protecting.
Incidentally, no other country can rise up and overthrow their government if the government oversteps its bounds like we can, at least for now, until they take away that right.
No, they'll take away that right by taking their guns away. But Travis.
And once they take those away, there's nothing guaranteeing the First Amendment or any of the others.
Mm-hmm.
Right on, man.
The government is already overstepping its bounds.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's getting ridiculous, but we got to do what we got to do, man. We got to keep fighting the good fight. All right, so we're going to get into the topic here. The reason why I was inspired for this topic is because spring is coming around, summer's coming around. We're coming up on Easter. We're coming up on spring break. A lot of people are going to be hitting the road, and I wanted to have a little discussion on essential items for the vehicle, bug-out items, bug-out firearms. What is a good bug-out vehicle? We're going to kind of more focus on the travel aspect of it, just give people some good advice. And another reason why I'm having this, there are so many people that don't have anything more in their trunk than a can of Fix-A-Flat because their vehicle doesn't have a spare. And maybe some jumper cables if they're lucky. They might not even have that at all. So there's some basic things that you should have in your vehicle. Now, there's a billion reasons why you may or may not have them. Maybe you got a 2-block commute to your place of employment. Maybe you don't have any other family outside of the city where you live. You never have to travel. You never have to go anywhere. But my experiences of driving for 20-plus years, 25-plus years right now, there's so many things that are nice to have in your vehicle when you travel. And you might disagree with me, and that's fine. Real quick, Matt, NEA is joining us. NEA, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, man? How's it going?
All right. Well, we're having a little travel discussion here, a little bug out item discussion for your vehicle. And so we're going to jump into it. Matt, do you have anything you want to plug? Anything we should be checking out from you on YouTube? For those that might not know. All three of them.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, just go hit up the backup channel, I guess. That's important right now.
Go do that. Yeah. Check it out. Make sure you're checking out his channel over there. Over on gunchannels.com. Make sure you get over there. Follow Matt also. At least if something would happen to us from YouTube, we'll be over at gunchannels.com. We'll at least have some sort of a presence until we figure out what to do with our content. So, yeah, Matt puts out a lot of awesome content and good stuff. So do check out Never Enough Ammo. Good Monday and Wednesday night chats too. So, all right. So here's what I want to do. I want to just run this through the panel quick. And if you disagree with somebody, we'll kind of get this through. I want to hear everybody's opinion. What is your definition of a truck gun? And Matt, I'm sure you probably made a video on this, but we hear truck gun. We have all these ideas about what a truck gun should be. What would you consider? Maybe give us some sort of an example of a truck gun, and what is your definition? Tony,
Me?
we'll start off with you.
Oh, sure.
We'll just run through the panel. Tony, what do you think? What's a truck gun, bud?
Any freaking gun I got with me when I get in the truck.
There you go. Okay. So no, you don't worry about the dollar value of it. You don't worry about the reliability, or you just whatever gun you have on, use your truck gun.
I don't leave one in the vehicle, so it's whatever I happen to have.
Okay. And everybody has different kind of storage, options, what they do and what they can do and what they can't do. All right. So Texas Merce, what about you? What is your definition of a truck gun?
Hey, sorry, just take it off of the.
No, it's okay.
Well,
it's okay.
right now, what I have in my truck is a little Ruger 380 LCP.
Okay.
I use that as a pocket carry when I get to school and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean that's the truck. That's the gun I leave in my truck. I don't have any other things in there, so that's what I leave in there.
Okay. So it can just be something compact that's easy to hide, something that doesn't take up a lot of room, something that's just kind of, it's not like it's a $900 SIG. It's just something that'll work. It'll do the job if it needs to, right?
Right.
Cool.
So it's something that somewhere I can't carry my my full size.
Now I want to ask you real quick, with the 380 pocket carry, are you doing like critical defense or critical duty or just ball ammo? What do you keep in that? Gold dots?
It's Hornady XTP bullets loaded by Freedom Munitions.
Oh, okay. You've tried them; they run reliably, no problem speeding and stuff like that.
No problems with it.
Cool. So if anybody decides they want to go that route, load it with that. It's going to work and it's going to be much more effective. Well, than ball ammo. It just kind of depends on shot placement. All right.
Right.
Sandals, what is your definition of a truck gun, and what would you recommend as a truck gun?
Oh, where I came from, people drove around all the time with a gun rack in the back window of their pickup.
Mm-hmm.
And so there wasn't specifically like a SBR or an AR or anything like that. It was whatever, bolt action, lever action rifle you had. You could see anything from, a 22 250 or a 243 all the way up to a 30-06 or a 30-30 Winchester. Could have been about anything. Something that you've got it with you when you're deer hunting. If you see a coyote, you can grab that and roll a coyote out real quick if you're out in your pasture. But to me, that's a pickup gun where I came from, not a truck. But everybody had one or two guns in their vehicle at all times, and half the time, even though it wasn't legal, half of them had like a Ruger Mark 1 or Mark 2, something like that, maybe under the seat or something like that, just in case they need to do a little planking. I mean, everybody had guns galore laying all over when growing up out here where I did.
Yeah. It was just part of the culture. Nobody cared. It was just something that everybody did,
Right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, most of the time during that week of November that was deer season, you drive down, if you were to pop trunks at the high school, you would have seen a lot of deer rifles and a lot of trunks that, nobody asked, nobody told, and it worked out pretty well. Nobody got shot either.
Yeah. Now I would be afraid to have a rifle rack in my truck just because I'd be worried about somebody smashing and grabbing it at the Walmart parking lot when I run in to get some groceries that come out and my vehicle's been broken into and the cameras just weren't on that night, and then my rifles are gone, So it's a shame.
On my end too, when I'm with my school being in the medical center.
Yeah.
I mean, having a rifle in the back of my truck, like just showing out, police probably get called on me by anybody walking by.
Yeah, it depends on your state laws. Depends on your employer.
Well, for those of you who aren't familiar with Houston, the medical center is pretty much one giant gun-free zone. So, I mean, the parking garages are one thing.
We are allowed to carry in the school that I attend, but anywhere where you're doing like simulated patient care, like if someone comes in to be a simulated patient. Or if you're doing hospital rotations, no guns at all.
Yeah.
And or if you're having any sort of conferences with your teachers or administrators, you're not allowed to carry into their office.
Okay.
Let me throw out one more thing though too. Yeah. Talking about growing up in an area where everybody had a gun rack in the back window of their vehicle. This is also an area where nobody locked their vehicle or their door at night. And that's changed, in the 20 years since I graduated and left here. But back then, you didn't take anything out of anybody else's vehicle, and they didn't lock their door, their pickup doors. We didn't lock ours either.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like one of those everybody had. It's just understood. Everybody had their keys up on their visor, or everybody had their guns in the back, and nobody really cared. It's just something that you did. So, all right. Moving down the line. Nice Strike. What is your definition of a truck gun? What do you think? Or a pickup gun? What do you think?
I hate to say it, but I agree with Tony. Whatever rifle or gun you got on hand.
Okay. To me, I have just a little bit slightly different angle to it, but that's just because of our gun laws for Nebraska and stuff. But we'll get to me in a little bit. So, Nicer, do you have a preference when you travel? Do you just like to take a pistol with you? Do you generally take an AR or a pistol? What do you like to do? A shotgun?
I may or may not have an AR in the trunk underneath the blankets, just so people can see it. But other than that, mostly I just keep my 1911 in the glove box because even though I've sent all the paperwork in, I've done everything required, I still haven't got my CCW yet. So I don't care.
I was wondering what the status was. What's the average wait time in your state? Is it 2 months, 3 months? What do they say?
90 days.
Okay. So you'll have it here eventually. That'll give you a little bit of ease of travel,
With any luck, I'll probably get it sometime in the middle of April.
Okay.
What state is this?
South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't really care in South Carolina.
Gotcha.
I mean, as long as I keep it as long as I keep the AR in the trunk and the 1911 in the glove box, they don't care.
Which, in a lot of states that'd be considered concealed, but they tell you to. So you can drive with the gun in your glove box, ammo in the magazine, in the glove box with no problems. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
glove
awesome.
box or center console.
And nobody has a problem with it. You don't have to worry about getting concealed weapon charges. Which is crazy because
Travis, it's different down here in the South.
I know.
That's actually most of the South, and there are some exceptions where you can just keep your gun in your glove box or your center console, and without a permit. Because
I'm saying that's
most of the southern states, not all of them, castle doctrine extends to your car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's considered your property, your house.
Yep.
So that's why you can do that.
Gotcha. All right. Good to know. All right. Midnight Range, what do you think, man? I know you might be busy cooking right now, but what's your definition of a truck gun, or what makes a good travel gun or truck gun? Pickup gun, whatever you call it.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I don't really have, I wouldn't say a truck gun. I consider it more of a travel gun.
Okay.
Normally I just have my CCW, just whatever I carry with me.
Okay.
With an extra mag or two in the truck.
Okay.
And then when we travel, like 2 years ago, when we started visiting family and stuff, I started throwing the shotgun in the back. I have a scabbard for it, one of the nylon scabbards, which is kind of nice because you can throw it over your shoulder. It's got a little shoulder strap on it. So I just take that, it's loaded, and then I have an extra 5 or 6 shells on the stock in a shell holder, a couple of slugs, a couple of buckshots, and I just throw that in the back of the car or the truck or whatever. So, which is nice. I mean, if you've never done that, if you've never carried a long gun with you, when you do it, it's actually kind of a nice feeling to know you have it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, anymore. It's just you should just if you're going to do any kind of distance at all, you're going to maybe go from one state to the other. Obviously, you need to know your state laws, but any kind of distance travel, it's just nice to know you got that there just for whatever reason, because you don't know what you're going to run into. You just want to be careful, and it's good to have that backup. So cool. Or your primary, that's your primary go-to in your vehicle. Whatever happens. All right, Matt, NEA. What's kind of your definition of a truck gun, travel gun? What's your favorite travel gun? I mean, I know what the answer is, but yeah.
Just something. I mean, I think it should just be something cheap and effective. I've had a gun stolen out of my car before, so I don't ever keep anything in my vehicle that I can't afford to lose.
Yeah.
It just depends. I mean, I've many times carried, for a long time, I carried just a 12 gauge shotgun in the vehicle, just that's on top of, whatever I'm carrying on me. Lately here for the last, 6-8 months, I've been carrying the little, the Taurus PT-809.
Oh yeah.
Which I mounted in my center console. And so that's, 18 rounds of 9mm.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep an extra mag for that. And again, it's just in addition to whatever I'm carrying. Now, if I'm traveling, I'll have that. Well, if I'm traveling, like when we go to Tulsa next,
mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to have at least 3 different guns to carry. I'll have the Taurus in the center console, and then I'll probably throw either an AR or an AK in the back.
Yeah.
Just so that I have options.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on maybe traveling with a 30-30? Do you think that's an okay idea? I mean, as long as it's not a real expensive one that you could.
Absolutely, that's a great choice. I mean, that's right up. Like I said, that's up there with like a shotgun or something. You know, they're not expensive. It's highly effective. It's going to be It's going to give you a great up in this power dynamic if you have to pull a firearm like that for whatever reason, and your carry gun is just not going to do it. Or even if for whatever reason, let's say because you're at work or something like that, you don't have your carry gun with you, it's still a really good option. I mean, 30-30, you've got, depending on what model you've got, anywhere 5 to 7 rounds of a very, very capable caliber. And, plus if you see something on the side of the road like a coyote that needs to be shot, you're good to go. It's kind of the same thing, like I said, with the shotgun. They're cheap, they're effective. You get 5 to 8 rounds of something that's very, very effective, much more effective than your handgun. And it's if somebody breaks in and steals it, it's going to suck, but it's not going to break your bank.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually kind of the go-to for me. It's like I don't always want to take the AR because it's value-wise, it's worth a little bit more than my 30-30. So the 30-30's got a nice optic on the top. I could take it off and use the irons if I had to. I got the bullet loop on the stock. The ammo's easy to source. Grab a couple boxes of shells when you hit the road. That's kind of a nice durable, rugged design. It's not going to require very much maintenance. It's going to run through about anything.
I will say this though, I actually like my 30-30 more than I like my ARs. So I would rather lose an AR, as cheap as they are nowadays.
Well, I mean, you know what? I got a 1991 Marlin 336 that I paid a pretty penny for. I paid more than I did for a new one because I wanted the old Marlin build. I wanted the better fit, the better finish. I think it was the same thing.
I've got one from I've got one from '92, and that's kind of my go-to hunting rifle.
Yeah,
and I'd rather lose one of my ARs than that thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, it's just part of its. Which one am I going to take today? So
now, if ARs were still selling for $800,000-$900,000 like they were back in 2012, 2013, and then we didn't have this mass influx of the market back in 2014, where manufacturers were trying to catch up to everybody making a run on ammo and guns. Then I'd say absolutely. I'd rather lose the Marlin just because I can replace it easier. But now you can replace an AR for $450.
Well, I'm noticing that price point starting to get up there. Some of those ones that were $399 are starting to get in the $449 range, $499. Yeah, I'm starting to see less of the DPMS oracles being thrown out there for $399. Now they're going for $5. You look around, you can always find anything for $400, but just the average price is really starting to get
demand
up
going up. So as they sell out of their supply. Yeah, they're just charging more for it because people talk about banning an AR and then people are going to just buy ARs. It's same
situation with the AKs. With the AKs also, we're starting to see the AMDs go up in price, and you're having trouble finding a sub $500 AK-47. We're not even going to talk about RAS. Okay, we're going to not even include that in that family. So, and I'm a former RAS owner, so yeah.
Does anybody else think that if we keep going down this road towards banning ARs, or at least banning magazines more than 10 rounds or things like that, does anybody else think we're going to see a surge in sales of like the lever actions and things like that, because they're pretty much ban proof? There's nothing on a lever action that's going to be scary enough to they're going to call for a ban until they ban all firearms.
Well, look at Australia, look at the UK, man.
You won't see an uptick in sales on that stuff until they actually do ban something. Like right up until the minute something is banned, people will keep buying what's about to be banned, and they will ignore everything else. The minute it becomes banned, then everybody shifts to what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, until it actually happens, we won't see anything. That's if it actually happens.
I think
so. I
think you are seeing a little bit of a resurgence with lever actions, though, because I know that's one of the things that's on my radar, because I used to hunt with it when I was a kid. So now, I'm collecting guns now, and I want to have that. That and the 4570s become super cool again. So, who doesn't want a 4570, right? Even if you never thought about it before, like Jurassic Park and stuff like that. Everybody's like, you see that 4570, you're like, God damn, that's cool.
But I don't think that's necessarily a correlation. Like, people aren't looking at those because they're worried at this point about ARs being banned. You know what I mean? I think they're looking at those because they are making a resurgence in the gun culture. You know what I mean?
More nostalgia.
Yeah, they've become cool again for reasons that don't necessarily have to do with, what the other shit we're dealing with right now.
Okay,
Well,
Magna case, thank you.
I just want to give anybody advice if they're looking at a 4570 lever gun, try one before you buy it.
Oh, it thumps. It thumps. It's not exactly a range toy.
No.
And I don't know how many other people in this chat grew up like I did, but I grew up watching reruns of old westerns on the Family Channel. And I mean, anything from a Western, a lever gun or a single action army, anything like that, that's cool. And yeah, when I start collecting, that's going to be some of the first stuff that goes in my safe too. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to be that guy that's out there buying just because I think it's cool, whether I can get anything else or not. But yeah, that's what I was wondering if we're going to see that's going to be the new go-to, because it is going to be a little bit higher capacity and a little bit faster action than a bolt gun or something like that.
Yeah. And real quick, Matt, you were talking about that PT-809 being one of your travel guns, one of your truck guns. That they're getting harder to find now because they've replaced it with the TH, which is mechanically a little bit different from the 809. But if you guys are out, you ever watch Matt's videos on the 809, you can't find them anymore under $400 because they're going up in price. Look at the Taurus TH9, which is kind of the slight redesign of the 809. So if you want a good, inexpensive, reliable, hammer-fired semi-automatic with 17, 18-round capacity, that would be the way to go.
Basically, Matt just drives up the prices of Tauruses.
Yeah, he does. Every time these videos show up, that everybody
what
goes
the
to
hell? Now all of a sudden, now all of a sudden, there's a Taurus that's sought after. I never thought I'd hear that word.
Hey, look at
Tauruses that are sought after. Really? I mean, I like them. I get it, but on a whole, let's be honest. Everybody kind of looks down on Taurus, and now all of a sudden, people are like, "What about those Taurus PT series? I can't find them anywhere." Like they got to get their fix or something. I'm like,
I get people that ask questions, say, "I can't find this, or can't even find mags for the 809. Where am I going to find one of these?" Because when Bud sells out and Classic Firearms sells out, then everybody goes to Grab a Gun or Arms List or Gun Broker.
And by that time, the price has already jumped up.
Yeah, they're back up to retail, if not higher. Easy.
Yeah,
so
they were all selling for around $230, and the minute they're going to Grab a Gun and Gun Broker, they went from $230 to $330 to $350.
Yeah.
To pick one up.
Yeah.
Because once they're off that first tier kind of online discount market, which is where a lot of people buy their guns now.
Yeah.
Once they move from there to a secondary retail market where you're paying more closer to MSRP, then that's it, man. You got to catch those deals when they come.
Yep. Oh yeah. I don't know, for the longest time, DE Guns in Lincoln, Nebraska, they were selling PT-111 G2s for $179. And once that stopped, everybody else was $225, $250, $275. Hell, Cabela's asked like $300 when they sell them when they're not on sale. So when you see these cheap guns, if you read some good reviews on it, you see some good videos on it, don't hesitate. If you even want to think about buying it, do, because you don't know if it's going to be on sale at that price, or if you can even get it, or you can find it for a fair price.
Now, to be clear, you're not telling anybody to buy a gun, correct? You're just saying.
I'm just saying you should consider your options when it comes to shopping. So, well, I can tell people to go buy a gun. I just can't put a link anywhere on how to get to the gun. I can say, yeah. Which
I don't know.
We're gonna ruin Travis's channel.
Let me ask you.
I'm selling bump stock on Gun Broker. Check it out.
Guns are bad and good.
Yeah,
no, seriously though, I'm subscribed to a guy who actually was, and I've been trying for a week. And they're always busy, and I've been put on hold for up to 45 minutes, and then it goes, sorry, nobody's available to help you. Goodbye, click. I actually am subscribed to somebody who actually got a hold of Google, and he basically was told that is open to interpretation, that it was not written to include you just recommending, like doing a review on a gun and saying, hey, this was how much I paid for it. It was a good price, and this is where I bought it. They said they did not write it to include that. They did not intend for it to include that. But Google is aware that the people who they have flagging videos may interpret it as such.
Yeah. So here's
and once it happens, that's just an algorithm thing.
So what's going to happen?
They can still kill your channel regardless, however they want.
They can still give you 3 strikes before you get a chance to appeal it. Yeah, and kill your channel.
Here's the deal. We've discussed this with YouTube being a private company doing whatever they want. The videos being open to interpretation. If I would have my channel struck down because I gave a recommendation for somebody to go to SS Pawn like I do in all my videos, I don't have any links to them. I lose my channel, but good old Hickok45 with 3.3 million subs is still up there saying, go to budsguns.com. I got this gun from budsguns.com. Thank you, budsguns.com. Is he going to get struck? Every video Hickok does, he recommends Bud's Guns for every gun that they gave him. He says in his video, he has a link to budsguns.com in his description box. Is he going to get struck down? I'm kind of curious what's going to happen, because what's the difference between
It's happened before. It's happened to him before.
Well, that was a Google Plus thing with linking and stuff, and I'm kind of curious if they'll go after it, because if he goes down, then we know we're all screwed, because that's a moneymaker for YouTube. Don't tell me that they don't make money off the ads they show before and after during a Hickok video, 25-minute video. So because he is he going to go back and edit his videos? He's got hundreds of videos where it's budsguns.com. I mean, he says that over and over again, and he's got affiliate links in his description boxes. He doesn't seem to be too concerned by it. Maybe he doesn't care. I don't know. Maybe he's all set up to go over to full 30. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to be. And like I said, if my channel will get taken down, I wouldn't be surprised. I can do everything in the world to try to prevent it, but somebody could see my reassembly video and classify it as manufacturing. Even though when I watched 704 Tactical's video, he talked to a Google rep. They told him that disassembly, cleaning, and reassembly is not manufactured.
I'm not taking that chance.
No, I don't. You know what? I'm keeping my
still
stuff
open for interpretation.
I know, that's just it. But if I keep my stuff on private for years, I'm not doing any good. I'd rather just put it out there and let somebody safely disassemble, clean, and reassemble their gun for my video. I'm like, I don't know.
It's one thing. I would say, just a standard handgun or something like that, I wouldn't worry about it. An AR, I definitely wouldn't put that on there. You know what I mean?
That's all right. If you've got I got you covered. We've already got
ARs or AKs. That's like I've got one where I'm taking apart, showing how to take apart a 1911 to do different stuff, or whatever. That's nothing. I'm not worried about that. I don't think anybody's going to flag that because it's not an AR-15. You know what I mean?
You guys, watch the 704 Tactical video. This man talked to a Google rep. The Google rep said, we don't want to see manufacturer videos, and we don't want to see private sale videos, and we don't want to see direct link to sales videos, because she told him, I can't tell you what it is, but there is a particular type of firearm we're not encouraging people to manufacture from our videos. Let's see, 80% lowers AR, right? I mean, let's talk about what's going to be one of the most likely guns you're going to see pop up on a private sale anywhere. It's probably going to be an AR. So it would be more or less an all-out attack on AR videos. So I can see exactly why they say, because they want to get rid of the evil black gun. So that way, when people criticize YouTube, they can say, well, we don't feature AR-15 videos being built on our network. Don't worry, your ad revenue is safe with us. So that's why, again, we need to get GunTube up and running, because any of us could disappear tomorrow. And yeah.
Well, what would happen if, instead of saying, disassembly and reassembly, what if you just retitled all your videos and or maybe, overdub some audio and said, well, we're going to clean this gun today. And of course, the first step in cleaning is to open it up. We have to pull this pin or move this lever or whatever. We've got to get it opened up so we can clean the inside of it. And instead of saying, we're going to disassemble it, we're going to reassemble it. I mean, I know we're walking on a knife edge here. It's all semantics, but that seems to be the game.
Well, that could trigger the
I would just say
more,
I would just say anything that is AR-15 related, be very, very cautious with what you put up.
Oh, that's a given.
Which is half my content.
That is what I would say. Anything that's AR-15 related, I would probably go ahead and throw AK-47 in there too. That's the stuff you want to be, because those are the two that everybody's heard of, even though all these jackholes don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They've never, you show them a picture of an AR, they probably call it an AK and vice versa. But either way, those are the ones you have to watch. So I mean, fully semi-auto. Yeah, fully semi-auto.
Assault rifle.
AK-15s. And AR-47s. But those, I mean, do reviews on them. Hey, look what I picked up here. Be very cautious when it comes to, like, okay, I bought this, and this is the barrel I put on it that I bought, and this is the bolt carrier group I used, and this is the upper I bought, and then you start getting into this territory, and then it starts to become, well, is he telling people how to build an AR-15? Because it clearly says you cannot provide instructions on, it doesn't even say show it. You cannot provide instructions on how to do it, right? So in essence, you are, quote unquote, I mean, as far as they're concerned,
I got to be honest with you, Matt. I mean, I love the method and the means that we communicate with people, and I love what we do. But I'm kind of getting tired of it. Maybe that's what YouTube wants. They want people like me to say, you know what, the heck with it. I'm tired of playing by the rules. I'm done. I'm just going to step away and go do something else. Go put my content somewhere else. Yeah, you're going to lose thousands of viewers and communication in a community, but it's like it's going to get so finicky that you're just treading on little fine pieces before you drown.
Yeah.
I don't know. It gets old, man. It's like having your parents constantly change the rules. You don't want to live in their house anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's also going to depend on what kind of content you're trying to put up too. I mean, or not put up, but what is a person's channel based around? My channel is based around 80% commentary. Like regardless of what I'm talking about, I don't do shooting videos. I don't do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't. Most of the time when I put a gun on camera, it's not to say buy this gun. This is a philosophy about using this gun or why you should use the, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that applies to a lot of people. I think a lot of us, as much as it sucks that we have to, you know, we can tailor our content to fit. Now, what happens when they change the fucking rules again? I don't know. You know, it's bullshit.
See, I don't even know if I want to do that. I'm happy doing what I'm doing, and I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong. And I just like I'm just
not
getting fed up with playing by the rules. You know, I'd rather just go start my community up some. I mean, honestly, if I would just take the time and money I put into YouTube and go put it over in GunTube, I mean, I'd be happy to provide funds to get that up and running so we can start hosting a platform because it gets it's like every time it's a new notification. Oh, you can't do something on this, you can't do something on that. You know.
Right. Yeah. No, I understand. The only reason that and this is me, you know, obviously people like Hickok and some of these other big channels, I'm sure they have, you know, monetary reasons as well. But the only reason I want to stay on YouTube, I want to stay on YouTube and will try to stay on YouTube is because of the audience. We spend, I mean, look, out of every video I put up, I don't know how many thousands of videos I've gotten, how many thousands of hours of podcasts and all this other crap, right? So all those hours I've spent talking, 90% of that time I'm talking to other people like myself. We're preaching to the choir. But if just that 10% reaches somebody else's ears, and if just 10% of that 10% actually changes somebody's minds or gets somebody to have a conversation with somebody or with the person doing the videos, then it's worth staying on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the way I look at it. I'm not doing myself any favor staying on YouTube. Right now, I am almost, I mean, other than occasionally YouTube throws me a bone or I get super chats, right? Actually, I wouldn't get a check every month if it weren't for fucking super chats. But that's how much those, you know, affect my Google AdSense and shit, right? Other than that, I'm completely funded out of Patreon. I mean, I can go anywhere and post my videos. I put myself through more of a headache staying on YouTube than I would just saying, I'm done.
Not to be a whiny content creator, but all that money we make, you know, they don't take out any, well, for me, they don't take out any state or federal taxes. I got to claim it on income, which pushes me up the bracket, which means I got to now fess up 15% of what I made. You know, so it's like you're not if unless you're a huge channel, you're not doing it to get rich. I'll just say that right now.
No, I mean like last year, last year I made crap, I don't remember how much it was, but needless to say, I paid like $2,500 in taxes, like that I should not have paid, but because it's money that I made contracting instead of working for somebody.
Yeah,
it ups me into this whole other fucking bracket where I'm paying taxes I shouldn't have fucking had to pay, because if that money had just been gained on my regular in my regular income from my auditing job, I wouldn't be paying that much fucking taxes.
You need to have a couple more kids, man. You need 2 or 3 more kids to get you that discount.
I can't do that, man. I already got too many.
All right, okay. So we're gonna go and get things back on track, and this is totally my fault. I started it. Okay, so Jim, we're gonna move over to you. I think we're at you at this point. Your definition of a truck gun, pickup gun. What do you like to use as a travel gun?
Oh gosh, you know,
you got to choose one. You got to narrow it down to 1 or 2. So I'm sorry.
Out of my collection, I would say the SDVE would probably be the closest thing I have to a truck gun, but I'm also not in the habit of leaving it in the truck all the time because I have my ADC on me and it goes wherever I go.
Yeah.
So for a road trip, if it's just me and the family going to some random, you know, city here in Texas, I would probably take that with me rather than my usual ADC because it's a little less valuable, but that's about it. If I had to really get it down to a truck gun, it would probably be the sub 2K I want to buy.
You know, you can pick those up for what around? Are we seeing them for $400?
About $400. Yeah,
they're popping up on PSA, aren't they? Didn't they just feature them a couple days ago?
Classic Firearms has 40 caliber ones right now.
So what are you waiting for?
I bet the 40s are going pretty
good. Tulsa? Yeah, I know. It's like I'm just like a kid in the candy store. We just keep
because there's hashtag one more receivers out there on PSA.
Oh, I know.
You're welcome, by the way. Y'all all welcome for those fucking receivers. And PSA didn't give me any damn credit for starting that hashtag. Which is bullshit.
It's time for some.
I deserve at least a free receiver for starting that. I started that over a month ago.
Heck yeah, man!
Stand in line. I've been waiting for a free rifle from them forever. So you know.
Yeah, but they actually are stamping my hashtag on their guns.
Matt, you need to appeal to PSA and Taurus for your checks.
No shit, right? I've been selling their shit for years.
Oh God! All right, so Jim, we got your example. Jim, did you mention long guns for travel at all? Did you good recommendations for pistols, but
so the sub 2K would it's actually a long gun, so that would be good. I'd probably want to go more like either the sub 2K that folds or an AR pistol or something rather than an actual long gun. I mean, I have an actual truck, so it wouldn't be such a big deal, but still, I'd want something that
AR pistols are very nice because you got that 4 inches less on the front of the barrel or whatever you're running for a 7-inch, 8.5-inch, 10.5-inch. It's nice because you got that concealability, that portability, just that.
Right. You don't have to dick with the tax stamp
But you still have the full functionality of your AR. You're just in a much more portable package. I love them. I think they're great. I mean, that's another one. I got the PSA ad this morning, and that 8.5-inch 300 Blackout's talking to me, and I'm like, no. Got to go to Tulsa. got to get Whataburger in Tulsa. I got to save my money.
Not Whataburger's cheap.
Whataburger. Sorry, my apologies. That's my Yankee dialect kicking in. So, all right, man. Good recommendation.
Oh, you said I didn't recognize what he said there at first.
Yeah, Whataburger. What does he say? What's a burger?
What's a Whataburger?
Whataburger. Whataburger. Yes, I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I've never been more excited for food. You guys don't understand, all right? You don't get it. When you have nothing but Burger King, McDonald's in your town.
I'm sorry.
Sad existence right there.
We got good mom and pop places, but you don't have a Whataburger. You don't even have Jack in the Box.
You don't even have like a Jack in the... Oh my God, no Jack in the Box.
No, Jack in the Box is in Denver. That's the closest one for me. Chick-fil-A, they're putting one on the college campus 50 miles away from where I live in the little dining hall area, the student commons area. They're gonna put a Chick-fil-A there, but otherwise I got to go 350 mile round trip to get to a Chick-fil-A.
That's pretty funny, Matt.
And we've done that.
Matt will understand this reference. I drove to Dallas. I don't even remember why. It might have been to take the wife to a doctor or something. But so I was in a hotel. It was near 75, right off of 75, near downtown, and I just like plugged around me to look for a Chick-fil-A, and it took me to the entrance of SMU's campus. Like, no, I'm not going to SMU for freaking Chick-fil-A.
No.
You're gonna have to go hit the little suburbs. You're gonna have to go to like Garland or Plano or Frisco, one of those places to find one.
Well, the funny thing is there's freestanding Chick-fil-A's in that area. Just the closest one happened to be on SMU's campus.
Go get on 35 North. That's all I can say. Oh man. All right, man. Okay, so Gizzard Gary, we're gonna move over to you. Any recommendations for a truck gun, for a pickup gun? What do you think? What do you say?
Well, if my pickup was running, things would be a little bit different. But it's sitting in the driveway, broke down right now, and has been for some time. But as far as carrying a spare gun, of course, I live in the free state of Kansas, where just about anything's game. But what I tend to carry when I carry an extra one is I will throw like a PT-111 or something like that, maybe a Model 85 in the glove box. And the reason I do that is two reasons. One, my primary carry is a pocket carry, and I either get it out and sit it in the console, which is a pain in the butt, or I carry a second gun to have just available while I'm driving. Secondly, if I'm out with my daughter or something like that, she refuses to carry on her person. And sometimes she'll sit in that car while I go in someplace, and I tell her, I said, okay, here's what's in the glove compartment. Here's where the safety is, if it has a safety. Pick it up. It's loaded. You know, you have to defend yourself. Here's a gun. So I don't want anybody to be in a position where they can't defend themselves if they're with me. So,
you know, Kansas would be a great place if y'all would plant a tree here and there.
They do in those little suburbs they're building, kind of outside of Wichita and
I've never seen like a long, flat, straight, freaking nothing.
I went to Kansas once and saw the tree.
Really? Where's that? Because I missed it.
People say the same thing about Nebraska too, but we always tell them get off the damn interstate. It's beautiful if you get on the back roads.
Anything
Kansas
north or south,
the same way.
Because you got all your farmland, your ranch land, your prairie land along those main arterial roads. That's what that is, so they can get there.
Take a drive down 36 Highway, the north side of Kansas, from east to west. 36 Highway is gorgeous.
I always think you guys are about to say Camden, and I'm like, that is not a nice place at all.
Camden, New Jersey, Camden, Tennessee. What? No, Kansas. Yeah. Oh man. All right. So AWAG, moving on to you. What would you consider? And I know you got your state rules and laws, but if you could, or whatever, would you consider an excellent truck gun, a recommendation for a truck gun? What do you think?
Okay, for the short, sweet, and simple that people don't know about New Jersey state laws is you're not allowed to transport your firearm anywhere you want to go. You have to go from point A to point B, and that's it. If they catch you in between, you're essentially screwed.
What are you doing in this chat? No, I'm just messing with you.
But
what are you doing in that state?
If I were to have a vehicle gun, mine is kind of specific. Mostly, I would keep like a rifle in the trunk, much like our state troopers do, or any local police does. I'll have a rifle that's iron-sighted, something that's reliable, most likely under 8 to 9 pounds, under. And if I were to conceal carry, I'd keep a full-size handgun either in the console or the glove box.
Well, if you're going for that less than 8 pounds range, don't get a friggin' 4570.
No, I'd mostly keep like an iron-sighted AR or an AK or something.
All right. So do you have a definition of a truck gun? What is your definition of a truck gun or a vehicle gun? Is there a certain thing that you would think about if you're? I mean, we're talking like a dollar value or something you might recommend or would want to carry?
Something that you could just throw around and not really care about. So,
but it's got to run. It's got to be reliable.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing. A lot of us are just like, oh, I'll just throw the $65 Jimenez J22 in the glove box and call it good. You know, you're going to want something that's going to do the job if it needs to. It's there to save your life. It's there as a potential get home gun. It's there as your backup to your EDC. You know, you want to make sure that it is in fact going to function for you. So, all right. So for me, when I travel, the SD9VE, kind of funny how I do this. Next to my bed is the SD9VE with the TLR1 on it. That's my bedside gun. I love shooting that thing. It's accurate. It's comfortable. I have a lockbox for it, but it's unlocked. Okay. So when I hit the road, I grab the lockbox and I'll take that gun and put that in the back of my Jeep, which has the cable. Because in Nebraska, if you want to leave a loaded firearm in your car, you either have to have it up on the glove box, on the passenger seat, or it has to be locked and secured in a system that is fastened to your vehicle in some way, shape, or form. Well, when you have a Jeep, you have a hatch. I've got a Cherokee, right? I don't have a trunk that I can put the gun in. So that truck gun goes in the back, and I leave that lockbox unlocked, and I have the cable through it so I can lock it when I go into places if I need to lock it. And then when I come home, I just unlock it and just take the box back upstairs, and it sits by the bed. So the lockbox doesn't ever get locked unless I'm on the road, but it's an easy way to grab it and go. I got the pistol, the lights on it, there's an extra mag, just grab it and go. So that's what I like to do for my truck gun. Now, I also rotate between a 30-30, AR pistol, the Bear Creek rifle goes with me quite a bit, even for just the 175-mile trip to grandma's. Okay, we throw it in the case, throw it in the back of the vehicle, and go. For me, I think the truck gun should maybe, and like Tony says, it's whatever gun you have on you. You know, that's fine. Me, I do tend to leave locked in. The gun's locked in the vehicle. When I travel, if I go out of state or if I go other places, I'll tend to have a gun locked in the vehicle. So I have one nearby, right, just to back up to my EDC. So for me, I mean, I'm trying not to go for something that's going to break the bank, but I'm going to go for something that's going to be reliable. For me, it's usually sub $400 or $500 gun that's going to be in there. SD9VE, you can pick those up for, I've seen them as low as $249. The PT-111 G2 is a good one. Even just a revolver, you know, a nice revolver might do the job too. So consider that as your truck gun, just something that's idiot-proof that's going to work. You just grab it and pull the trigger, and it's going to work. You know, so that's one way to do it. Okay, so let's talk about some essential items when you do travel. And again, I'm doing this video for my family that refuses to carry more, other than my wife. They carry more than just like a pair of gloves and a can of Fix-A-Flat in their trunk when they travel. What are some things that you got to have with you when you do a road trip or you're going somewhere? Something that's got to be in your vehicle at all times. So just throw it out there, guys. Because I got my box sitting right next to me. I'm just gonna start pulling stuff out of it.
Yeah, when
I have a whole kit.
Yeah, I do too. That's right. Some items,
I
some
always try to
essentials.
keep either at least a quart of oil. Usually I keep 2 because my Supra continues to consume oil. I keep a jug of 50/50 mix antifreeze. I keep I try to get a full-size spare in both of my cars. Automatic transmission fluid if you have an automatic transmission, and usually sometimes that'll work with power steering fluid too. Usually some cars use the exact same fluid, much like my Mustang does.
Yeah.
But basically, here's how I look at it. In order for you essentially to not die on the side of the road with your dead car, I always try to think about keeping the car alive so you can get to like a rest stop or something.
Yeah, having those essential fluids. If your water pump starts to go or you have a hose that breaks, you've got a way to keep those essential fluids in the vehicle, right? Speaking of vehicles.
Also with especially my Supra being an 89, most of your radiator hoses and stuff crack. And they could break on me. I actually, oddly enough, I had a coolant line break on me a few months ago, and I was on my way to work, and I had everything I needed to get the car fixed. Now I ended up calling out from work from that, but I had everything that I needed except for a pair of pliers.
Okay. Enough. Yeah, and I'll talk about tools when I go ahead.
Yeah, I had everything I needed to basically keep my car alive and not overheat itself. So I fixed the problem on the side of the road. I'm not the kind of person that just go, my engine died, whatever, I'm going to leave it on the side of the road and have some guy pick it up with a tow truck. No, I'm the kind of person that's like, if it's fixable, I'm going to fix it.
Yeah, so essential fluids, all right, antifreeze, any certain kinds of fluids, especially you drive an older vehicle, like, you know, I've got a 95 Civic Si, you've got an older Supra. Things can break, things can fall apart, you know, things can happen. Matt, let's shift over to you. You were going to say something. What do you, here we go. Travel box. All right. So we got, here, Matt, look, we got you muted here. We're going to go and unmute you. We had a little bit of wind noise going on, so you might want to turn your mute off there, Matt.
Matt, unmute.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah, I heard you. Anyway.
Okay. No problem.
There's my box in the back of the car here, in the back of the Bourbon. There's a full toolbox and antifreeze and socket set and all the good stuff. And this thing has got full jack. I can siphon gas. I got some grease in there, toe straps. Got some sterno for no apparent reason because I'm not going to cook in my car, but whatever. And
you're way more stuff than I am.
And this is my little kind of a bug out kit kind of thing, and I've got everything in here from toilet paper to food to med kit to knives and extra ammo and got some chem lights.
Oh yeah, the little
lighter and
lights
fluid.
are nice too. Yeah.
Come on, man, we want to see the guns.
Hey, by the way, go to Dollar Tree if you want those little lights. Those Dollar Tree carries the
gotta have a map of Texas.
Lights. Yeah. Ooh, there you go.
Texas.
That's
gotta be
another thing that I
And
forgot to.
I don't even know what all I've got in here, quite honestly. I think this is my med kit over here. Yeah, that's my med kit over there.
Okay.
I got toilet paper, wipe my ass with. I got all kinds of stuff, man. Headlamp.
When you got a Suburban, man, you got room for lots of shit.
See, that's why I want to get a different vehicle. It's like I'd love to be able to carry the full boxes. I got a pretty good sized box next to me, but yeah. Yeah.
That's why I have a truck mounted toolbox.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I just want to talk real quick about the toolboxes. If you don't have that kind of room, what I recommend you do, AWAG, go to Harbor Freight, buy the $30 toolkit, which comes in this big plastic box that's like 2.5 feet long, okay? So what you want to do is you want to get that, take all the tools out, group them by category, put them in quart bags, like Ziploc quart bags, and then you can put them under your seat. You can put them in a small, they take up like a shoebox worth of space when you put all those tools together. The screwdrivers will fit in there. Everything will fit short of the hammer. And so you can have everything dry, secure in a little bag. So if you got to grab sockets, just grab that little baggie and you got access to everything right there.
The Supra,
that's what I do for a toolbox in my Jeep. Yeah.
Is the easiest thing to work on. When I was working on the engine and I had to replace the valve cover gaskets, I took all the tools out of the trunk. I had, what is it, just a regular Harbor Freight socket set.
Oh, okay, okay.
I got that out, and every socket that I used, I put aside and I labeled everything, like what it uses.
Okay.
And from working on the engine, I basically tore down the whole top end. The only 5 sockets I used was a 10, a 12, a 13, and a 15.
There's no way you have a 10. Those are always lost.
Yeah.
I always keep spare 10s.
Well, you got metric because you got some newer vehicles use metric instead of standard, inch or whatever.
And that's the thing about
the Chevy, and it's all metric.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all so like metric oriented that everything fits everything. Even the wheel lugs are 17 millimeters. So I went out and I bought another set of just the exact sockets that I need and nothing else. See, I see things as ounces or pounds, pounds or pain. And especially with a sports car, you don't really want to have a lot of weight in the back because not only does it make your sports car not fun, it ruins your gas mileage as well.
Yeah. Well, Matt was showing off some good options there, man. You got the med kit, you got the basics. I mean, that right there, Matt, have you done a video on that real quick? Hey, well, we'll come back to you in a second. I want to catch Matt in case he drops out again. Have you done a video?
No, I've got a video on that.
The full
I've done a video on that. Yep, I've got one out there somewhere. Just I've got one on the whole car kit complete, and then I've got one on just that one bag that I showed you, which is basically just a mini bug out bag. So I can grab that if need be. If I have to leave the car, I can grab that little back, and it's got a shoulder strap on it, and I can just grab that and carry it with me. But yeah, I've got videos out there on that stuff. And it changes, I mean, as time goes on, I find new gear and I replace old gear and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know if it's the exact same as it was last time I made a video, but.
Yeah, so do check. You want some good ideas. Yeah, go ahead.
Your survivability kit should be oriented to where you live in the United States or outside of the country if you're listening to this outside of the country. I live in the Northeast, so it can get pretty cold winters here. So I keep a survival blanket in both of my cars. The big, thick wool U.S. Army, the green ones. I keep them in my car just in case if I have to sleep in my car at night,
Yeah, us White Walkers have to make some thermal provisions. I know I keep a whole unopened bag of hand warmers in my vehicle, and then I've got a couple fleece blankets that are pre-sealed. I carry extra gloves and hats. Love my wife, but she doesn't always dress the best for weather. So she'll go out, not have a stocking cap or gloves, and it's 20 degrees out and we're going to be on the road. I keep extra stuff in the car basically for her in case we'd have any vehicle problems. Because I'm driving a vehicle that's 17 years old. I've got almost 200,000 miles on it. I don't know if that thing's ever going to go. It's just when you're driving it, but you keep driving it because it's your primary vehicle. So it's good to kind of think about potential. Now, you got AAA, but what do you do if you don't have a cell phone signal? What if there's a wait? What if there's a 40-car pileup on the interstate? So I would say water is probably one of the essential. Keep a couple bottles of water in your vehicle and rotate it out. Maybe every couple months. You don't have to worry about BPAs and plastic and crap. Or maybe keep a gallon of water in your car. Fluids would be essentials. Now, what do you guys do for bug out and stuff like that? What do you guys do for food? Because I got a pretty good suggestion here.
Always keep a thing of water in your car too, because not only can that jug of water be used for coolant, it can also be used in case you're in the middle of nowhere and you're thirsty.
Yeah.
So it serves dual purpose.
Do you guys keep any food in your vehicles? Like, what do you guys recommend for? Do you guys keep any MRE kits or anything like that, or what do you guys do?
Oh yeah. I've got in that bag. That's what I was showing you. I got the little packs of like Wise Foods or what is it? What's the other one? I don't know. I buy all the whenever I see those like 72-hour
Patriot
kits
Supply,
go on
I think is
sale.
another one.
Yeah. I see every time those things go on sale, I buy a few of them,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just use them like I shove them in Bugout bags or that kind of thing, and I just keep them in there.
I think it's Mountain House makes those baskets. Sometimes you get them on sale on some of those daily deal websites.
Yeah, Mountain House. You can get Mountain House. I think at Walmart. You can get the Mountain House stuff. You can get at Walmart.
I've seen them at Sam's Club. I don't know about Costco, but I think Costco has been carrying some of those kits too. There's like 2 or 3 major companies that produce those.
Oh yeah, you can buy the little buckets. They got like a little 1-week supply bucket now. You can get for like $40.
Oh yeah,
I don't know who makes it. It's stamped with like some Walmart generic brand name thing on it.
Okay.
But I think it's made by one of the companies. I don't know if it's Wise Foods or, one of the other ones out there. But I'm sure it says it in small lettering somewhere on the bucket. But yeah, they have those at Walmart too.
Hemi had a pretty good idea. Hemi said make sure water doesn't freeze and burst the container. That can be an issue too. You got to worry about freezing temperatures. How do you transport water? Maybe not take it unless you're going to be traveling. Leave it in your home until you actually hit the road. AY, what's up?
I got to leave. Later, guys. Thanks for
man. Take it easy, man. Thanks for sharing with us. I appreciate it. If you don't have any food in your car, an easy, inexpensive way to start. These are basically like Daytrex bars, the ER bars. These are cool. You can get these on Amazon for like $6. You have 3,600 calories. It's got a 5-year shelf. Well, I think more than 5 years. Yeah, 5-year shelf life. It's got a ton of fat and saturated fat in it, so you're not necessarily going to feel full, but you're not going to be hungry at the same time. This weighs 27 ounces, but 2 people could share this per day. You could survive on 1,800 calories, but get 4 or 5 of these and just throw them in your vehicle, and they're nice. You break them apart. They taste like a shortbread cookie. And I've actually seen a video. The Urban Prepper is his channel. He's been around for a while. I don't even know if he's still around on YouTube, but he actually did one of these for a weekend, and he can live on it. He did start to drop a little bit of weight, but these are really nice too. If you don't want to mess with like bars or protein bars or whatever, just buy one of these and throw it in your vehicle. So you got something. That's the main thing is you have something more than just again, I keep going back to it. A can of Fix a Flat, a pair of gloves in your car.
Is that lembas bread?
Is this what?
Is it lembas bread?
Man, I have no idea what that is.
Is that what Frodo and Sam took with them on their trek to Mount Doom?
Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Probably. This just says, ER bar. And it's approved by the Coast Guard, so there you go.
One ring to rule them all. Wait, what?
Yeah, there you go. One bar to rule them all. Jim, do you have a question? Somebody was saying something. I think I interrupted somebody.
Travis, I'm going to have to leave in just a little bit. But what I was going to say is probably the most important thing that I saw in Matt's car was definitely that first aid kit. Having a good first aid kit stocked up with the bandages, a good tourniquet in there, and as well as being stocked up on aspirin, because you never know when any of your family members has like a heart attack or anything like that. You want to have aspirin on board and everything. So,
quick question: since you're in the medical field, what's your opinion on Quick Clot or products like that? Should people go for a certain type or variety of instant clotting powder? What do you recommend with that?
I've never used them, so I have no experience because I've only worked in a hospital, so I haven't really worked as an EMS, so I have no experience with those sort of Quick Clot or anything. So I would just look online, see what they recommend.
Do some research before you buy, because you don't know, it might make it worse than it is, or you might be using it improperly, or you might not need it, or
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also, I would also say getting education too. Doing a CPR class, knowing how to actually do chest compressions correctly and everything. So, and doing all that. So that's what I would recommend. So, yeah. But that's just the medical professional in me and everything. No.
No, that's training is important. Make sure you got a good med kit, more than just like your basic $10 Walmart travel kit. Maybe get yourself a serious trauma kit. Spend a little bit of money, or just buy the items individually. Put together a trauma kit. There's a million companies out there on the internet that'll sell you kits that you can pick up. Some of them can get a little expensive. I've seen some run around $100 for just that.
You can build your own kits really cheap too. You can save a lot of money if you hop online and go to some of these medical supply places, and you can get set up. And I mean, I can go and buy a 20-pack of suture kits for $10 or something. and you can go buy and get a staple kit if you want to keep a staple kit, which is a little extreme, but I mean you can pick up a staple kit for 10 or 15 bucks from some of these medical supply places, or find some of the stores on eBay, and you got to do your research, but you can hop on eBay and find some of the stores on eBay that are selling legitimate medical equipment. You got to be careful because sometimes it says, now it depends on what it is, it might not matter, but sometimes they sell stuff that's made for veterinary clinics, and depending on what it is, it may or may not be something you'd want to keep, but there are ways you can put together a kit fairly affordably to have even some serious hardcore medical equipment on you.
Yeah. So, I mean, you do a lot of interstate travel, you can come upon some really serious accidents, and you might be the first person, that arrives and that person's bleeding out. There could be an ambulance on the way in 5 minutes, man,
And I cannot overstress the importance of simply, no joke, simply just having a roll of duct tape in your vehicle.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, that you could, as multi-purpose as it is, it also in emergency situations can help somebody who's bleeding out somewhere.
Yeah.
Got a serious wound or something.
Something just to seal it together to put pressure on it. Yeah, have some nice
and gloves. Yes, got to have some gloves, and those are cheap too. You can pick those up anywhere. So,
well,
my wife works in the medical field, so we get free ones all the time.
Merce, thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate it, and good luck finishing up all your classes and schooling and getting everything kind of buttoned down and getting yourself ready to go. So appreciate the work that you do, man.
Thank you.
Good stuff, buddy. All right, cool. Yeah, one thing I want to say about the duct tape, and I discovered this the other day when I was at the range. I needed to get some out to put some targets up, and the duct tape had been in my car for about 2 years. It had rotted because I had taken it out of the plastic seal. So maybe put it in like a baggie with like a silica gel pack, because it just like fell apart and it was all gummy. So I'd say about every year to rotate. With us, we got the temperature extremes. I don't know how it would be in Texas, but duct tape gets
Well, here's the thing. I use duct tape so often that I'm always replenishing it as it starts to get low. I buy duct tape all the time, man. I use duct tape for everything.
Okay.
So I've got like probably, and this is not a joke, I've got probably 10 rolls of duct tape in my house, 2 in each of my vehicles, and that stuff gets used all the time. And we just, grab some duct tape. Let me do this. Let me do that. If I'm outside, I grab it from the car. If I'm inside, I grab it from the house. So it gets used. I've never had any. Now, I have had some of the cheap duct tape. I only buy the actual duck brand, duct tape. I've had some of the cheap stuff do that to me. What you're talking about, where it gets all nasty and gummy, and then when you try and tear it apart, it breaks away from the fibers. The adhesive breaks away from those fibers.
Yeah, it just kind of falls apart.
I've had that happen with like the Harbor Freight crap. I've had that happen with the Harbor Freight crap.
I got a lot of Harbor Freight stuff, and I didn't know.
Yeah. When it comes to duct tape, for that simple reason, I don't buy Harbor Freight tape. Their electrical tape does the same thing. It gets all gummy and starts sliding around on itself.
I like 3M. I like 3M because it lasts, it'll hold up, and it sticks.
Yeah. The 3M works. The Gorilla. Yeah. And then the duck brand duct tape.
This is duck brand. It's got the little ducky on the inside.
Yeah. Those are the good ones. Those are the ones you go get. I mean, Walmart or whatever. But yeah, they don't sell that at Harbor Freight. Not that Harbor Freight doesn't have its uses.
Yeah.
Tape is just not one of them.
You're only going to spend $1 or $2 more per roll to get good quality tape instead of buying the great value stuff. I even noticed that with like masking tape. Cheap masking tape sucks, man. You try to use it for painting and stuff.
It doesn't stick. Yeah, it just slides around.
Now, Matt, did you segue into duct tape because you were talking about using it with gauze for expedient bandages, or did you segue into duct tape because it has multi-purpose use?
Well, it's because they were talking about medical, because it is something you can just pack something with gauze and tape it down in an emergency situation. Because, but yeah, I mean, it is multi-purpose. I carry it because it is multi-purpose, but I also have that in the back of my mind that is something that it can be used for if the need ever arose.
Yeah. And when you said that, the first thing I thought was he's talking about using it for a bandage, especially like a waterproof situation or something like that. But then the second thing that popped in my mind were cable ties. Now, but that's not for medical though.
Yeah. Matt, cable ties. Did you fix somebody's alternator with cable ties, like the bolt break or something snap, and you had to lock it back in, or what? With enough cable ties, man, anything is possible.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you've got a big enough cable tie, it could be a tournament.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I like to keep an assortment. I like to keep an assortment in that toolbox that I've got in the back. I have all different sizes that I keep in there, and some of them are like those 2 foot long industrial ones.
Walmart sells a good variety pack of them that does. They don't snap, they don't break. Because I bought some cheapos that just break if you twist them. Walmart sells like a 300 count variety pack for $7 or $8, and it's got the little ones, the big ones. That thing is just throw the canister in your car. It's got a locking lid on it. You just toss it in your bag, and you've got whether you got to splice a couple cables together, or you need to like put some of these exhausts back up so they can get to the shop or whatever. I mean, they might melt, but you can get the real thick ones too that can hold up a little bit of temperature.
If you go to either, whether it's Walmart or wherever, or go to an auto store, but if you go to the automotive department in Walmart and get those thick automotive grade cable straps, those will hold up an exhaust without melting.
Yeah, yeah.
Those big, thick, usually they're white. They're kind of a clear white color, and they almost don't want to bend around and zip together. They're so thick.
Yeah.
They're that could be a backup weapon in your vehicle. You could beat somebody to death with one of those because they're usually about 2 to 3 feet long.
Actually, let me retract the cable tie for a tourniquet thing, because with the tourniquet, you want to be able to open and close it. And with the cable tie, you'd be cutting it off. So, let me retract that statement.
Yeah, yeah.
Although you can get a cable tie off with like a pair of pliers or something. If you squeeze sideways on that mouth, you can unzip it.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you stick a pointy thing into the latch on a cable tie, you can pop them open too and reuse them.
Yeah.
We had a good comment here. It's kind of a cable ties, duct tape, paper clips. You can fix anything from Sean Newman. That and a Leatherman. Get yourself a nice Leatherman pocket tool. Drop it in the glove box. I'm always going to that. Instead of digging out my tools, I'll just get the Leatherman out of the glove box if I need some pliers quick, or a screwdriver or file. Stuff like that's important. When it comes to storing ammo, you guys might not know this, but I mean, humidity, you want to kind of watch it if you live in a state that has temperature extremes or high humidity. I store my backup ammo just in a baggie with a silica gel pack. So it just ensure it stays dry. I mean, I know you're not talking about direct moisture, but you get high humidity levels, high temperatures that could potentially affect the ammo if you don't keep it dry and secure. But if you cycle through your ammo in your vehicle, if you just burn through it and put a couple fresh boxes out, you can't go wrong there. But maybe think about how you pack that extra ammo. Don't just throw it underneath your seat and forget about it,
I throw those silica gel packs into everything, and I rotate through them. I get them from work, and I get them from work by the dozen, and I just every couple of months I'll throw in a new one into different boxes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Another one you guys might not think of, and this is headlight bulbs, 2 spare headlight bulbs. My vehicle has different kinds of headlights in it. They're completely road legal, but I've got the aftermarket headlights in my Jeep that are made by Hella, so they take a special kind of bulb. I can buy them at Walmart and stuff, but I've been pulled over before for having a burned out headlight, and I'll tell the officer, he's like, "You got a headlight out." I'm like, "I know, I'm going home." "Well, we're gonna have to give you a fix to take." I'm like, "Dude, I'll do it right here."
Headlight,
have a great day, sir. Just go on,
Yeah, headlight, taillight, backup lamp, and if you need a torque screwdriver that'll fit it, get that torque screwdriver, throw it in with it. You may need a long one. I've got long ones for my pickup truck, longer than standard, so I can get in there. And same thing. I could change them out on the side of the road. Yeah, there you go.
This little guy right here has got its own. This is from Advanced Auto Parts, but you could probably buy this at like Pet Boys or O'Reilly if you have one around. And it's got all little tiny bits and pieces with it that I've been able to basically keep my little mini socket. Comes in kind of handy. Another one I recommend, if you guys have the space, I hate using a 4-way tire iron, and my jack has a pitiful crowbar that comes with it, and it's always all of it's underneath the seat. I've always got crap on the back seat of my vehicle, so I just went to this is from Aldi, man. This was like $15. It's a torque wrench, dude, and it's got a nice case in it. It's got 4 different bits with it, and one of them works for my vehicle. Torque wrench is nice because if you had to do some serious repair on your vehicle or just to get the lug nuts off your car, this is so much more convenient than having to fish out your crappy crowbar, or have a 4-way tire iron floating around your vehicle. So it kind of depends on everybody's setup. But this little guy, man, I'll take this on road trips. And Matt, I do take a larger jack with me too, because the jack is just one of these little like peg ones that you have to sit there and turn. But if you got a nice pump jack, that makes life so much easier because you pop underneath your axle, jack the vehicle up, and change your tire. I mean, that's especially side of the interstate, side of the road. You want to do that quick, get going. What's that? What's that?
Talk about jacked up.
Well,
yes, it is.
The
yes,
jack that's in Matt's kit is a good sized jack. If you've got a truck and that jack won't reach high enough, just get a 4x4 wooden block and put it on the saddle, between the saddle and the frame, and that'll work. Just make sure you're watching what you're doing so it doesn't pop out of there sideways. Another thing is keep extra lug nuts in your glove box for your vehicle. You're changing out a tire on the side of the road and it's dark and
you pull
can't find them. They roll down the hill.
Story. Knock them out of your dad's hands.
Oh, fudge. Yeah. Another thing I do is I keep the lug nut studs in the glove box too. I only keep one or two. I have had a complete toolkit and had to change them out. I've had them shear off because I had a loose wheel because I did a brake job in a hurry and I didn't tighten down all the lugs, and I sheared off half of them and pulled over, and I changed them out on the side of the road. Now, if you don't have a whole toolbox there, we've got a punch and a hammer and stuff, and you can't pop them out. If you lose one or two and you get to a garage and they go, well, yeah, we change them out, but we don't have the parts, just say, pop open the glove box. There they are. For a couple extra bucks, one or two isn't going to hurt, especially if you've got an odd thread pattern or something.
Yeah. Good to have that. Let's see, a couple things I got. I just got a little Harbor Freight fire starter I keep in the box too. But I mean, like when I did my pocket dump video, I have a Bic lighter, if I need to light a fire or whatever. We're planning for a worst case scenario here.
And hot sauce.
And hot sauce. Got to have your hot sauce with you. I don't keep hot sauce in my car. Sriracha, Cholula, Tapatio.
Another good thing to throw in with that fire starter is a small container of hand sanitizer, because not only is it disinfectant, it's a great accelerant to get a fire going too.
Yep, it's flammable, so that'll get you, you get your little tinder going if you need to, because I mean, where we live, we've got some fairly remote areas we go to. If you go to small towns, you might be going through the hills, and there's no guarantee you're going to have a cell phone, and it could be hours before a car goes by. So I always plan for the worst. I want to be comfortable and safe wherever I go. So if I got to pull off the side of the road and I'm screwed and I can't get a hold of AAA to come pick my vehicle up, I want to make sure that's the whole idea behind this talk. Funnel. Do you ever have to pour antifreeze in your car or oil and not have one of these? It sucks.
Oh, I have one of those funnels with a long flexible tube on it so I can get to the transmission or whatever too.
Also, a nice little present. If you have that family member that just refuses to carry anything in their vehicle, they have nothing in their car for survival, you can get these at Cabela's around the holidays. You got a full kit that has everything: batteries, flashlight, rope, rape whistle, waterproof matches, thermal blanket. Everything is in here. Little pocket knife, poncho, little pocket knife right there. These are cool, man. You can get these at Cabela's or Bass Pro Shops. I mean, it's better than nothing. I mean, you could actually do quite a bit with this. Compass, if you need it. I haven't even had to open this up because I've got everything else rope. That's also nice to have. I also keep a ball cap in my car in case I'd ever have to get out of my vehicle. And I'm always wearing a hat anyway, but if I'd ever have to sit outside for any length of time, and I want to be shaded because the sun is going to melt you, in a couple hours.
I got to hit out, guys.
All right, man. All right, take it easy, dude. These are also very nice. Thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate it. I get these at Harbor Freight. These are usually free at Harbor Freight. These little lights rock. I light up underneath my vehicle so I can see what's going on. If I need to light up for an oil change or something, or just to see what's dragging underneath my car. And you've got a little hook here too, so you can hang it up in your engine bay. They usually give these away free at Harbor Freight if you use the coupon to go buy anything. They just give it to you with any purchase. And they also make another version too. Yeah, they have these also, and these are kind of nice. If your vehicle, you'd have an accident, you want to make sure people can see you. You can slap this on the back of your vehicle. It's magnetic. That's kind of cool. Yeah, these are at Harbor Freight also. These are $3.
Looking for that next time I go.
The funny thing is, we sold a pop-up camper last summer, and the people came and bought it. The wiring would not work. They had no lighting on this pop-up camper, and they had to take it about 200 miles. And so we just put two of these, slapped them on the back, and just let them flash all the way home. So you could at least see it. So if they get pulled over, they've got adequate warning lights to know, hey, somebody's towing something, that. And we put the little magnetic lights on the back that you can plug in to your hitch. Actually, those wouldn't work with their vehicle because they had a round 7 plug, and we used a flat plug or whatever, 4 flat plug. But yeah, these are cool. This is straight up. Oh yeah, it does have a regular flashlight mode too. So it bounces between white light and a flashing red light, and then the whole thing will also flash red, I think. No, just the outside flashes red. But you can see this thing from 50, 75, 100 yards away. So if your car's on the side of the road, because we have people that get hit on our interstate a lot, they get off the side of the road and some bozo's not paying attention and they slam into them, or they're on their phone. You know, you hear about that all the time. You got that light flash and it's going to draw somebody's attention. I think that's important that you have one too. Oh yeah, another one. Spare socks, man. I keep a pair of thermal socks in my vehicle in case I ever step in something and my feet get soaked and it's freezing temperatures or icy water or whatever. I like to have warm, dry feet. It's always good to have a pair of spare socks floating around. Tools, you know, we talked about tools, med kits, pocket tools.
Has anybody mentioned a window breaker / seatbelt cutter yet?
Okay, I have that. Mine is mounted to my center console of my vehicle. I have one that's got the tire pressure gauge, the window breaker, and the seatbelt strap cutter. That's actually, I screwed it and mounted it right next to my console in my vehicle, and it's locked in there. It snaps into place. Yeah, because that's, hey, case in point, look at the people that died in New York in that helicopter crash. 4 people were on those harnesses. Did you guys see that, where the helicopter went into right next to the Statue of Liberty, and those people all died except for the pilot? There was no seatbelt cutter for them to get out. Now, that has nothing to do with cars, but if one of those people would have had something on them to cut the strap out, they might have lived. They had these harnesses behind them, and the way they hit the water, they couldn't get themselves unhooked and they all drowned. So the seatbelt cutters, man, if you're trapped upside down and your vehicle's on fire, you know, it's not a big deal to have just something like that handy right next to you. So, Jim, how do you mount one of those in your car? Do you keep it in a glove box or a center console?
I keep it in the center console. I mean, okay. Obviously, if you're upside down, that could be problematic. But I think it's definitely worth having in the car. I mean, I actually know someone, and this guy was a bigger guy. He was like 550 pounds, but he actually died running off into probably a lake that was 6 feet deep, but
so the water just up over the top and it filled up the car.
But he couldn't get out because partially because he was so big, but partially because he couldn't break out a window and get the door open and etc.
Yeah,
I've driven off into water like that before. That's scary.
Yeah.
Really? You've actually put the vehicle completely in the water, like where it's starting to fill up and stuff? You've had that happen to you?
Yeah, I was driving late one night, and for some reason the county forgot to put a barricade over where a low water crossing is. Floodwaters were up, and all of a sudden my car was sinking fast. I did have the presence of mind to go ahead and roll the window down before it sunk all the way so I could get that door open and pop my seatbelt off, but I had my wife and kids in there, and
holy crap,
a 3-year-old son in a car carrier. She reached up and got him loose real quick and everything. We got everybody out, but pretty scary situation. 10 o'clock at night too.
See, this is one of those situations where you don't even expect it. It's when you least it. You're going down a road you've taken a million times, and my car's underwater. You know,
it happens so fast.
Well, not only that, a lot of vehicles have power windows and power locks. If you get into an accident, your battery gets destroyed, or your car shorts out and there's no electricity, or it shuts itself down because it's in water, you can't get your water, you can't get your windows down. The first thing you don't want to do is panic and try to open it as the car is, let's go back to high school physics. You want that car to fill up before you open the door. It's not going to be easy, but you can at least open your door. Right. But don't try to open it as it's sinking, because it's not going to open. The pressure is not going to let it open. But again, Jim, if you've got the window breaker, get to the point where the water's maybe up to your neck, crack the window, and just get out of your vehicle. Get a good breath of air and swim, Yeah. So I keep mine because I've seen on Interstate 80, you've probably seen this, Jim, on your interstates. I've seen vehicles upside down in the middle of the median that hit something and roll off the side because we're stupid to put barricades up between oncoming traffic lanes in Nebraska. And the vehicle is sitting on its top. In fact, we were driving down to Texas last summer. We saw a Trailblazer that was on its top. The cars were all backed up and it was actually on fire. And there was people getting people out of it, So that kind of thing. I mean, just a $5 seatbelt cutter, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, and mount it someplace where you can grab it if you need it. So that's the whole point of this discussion today, is just about stuff to have for emergency situations. We're not talking about being paranoid. We're talking about life happening, like in Gizzard's situation, Look what happened. You could potentially have 4 or 5 fatalities if the main person can't get out of the vehicle to get everybody out,
Right. And I've thrown basics. Obviously, my truck has a whole lot more tools and preparedness stuff than the kids. But even with the kids, I've thrown, basic little Harbor Freight tool kits with screwdrivers and socket sets and those window breakers. I got those window breakers for everybody. Like, keep these in your car, and if you lose it, I'm getting you another one.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you know,
And sometimes they come with a mount, so just 2 screws and you can mount it, depending on your vehicle and what you want to do to it. Me, I don't care because I got an old vehicle that's got plastic everywhere I can drill into. But yeah, put it in a place where you can grab it if you need it, you know, or they can at least get to it. Chances are they won't be on their top, but you know, if they get into an accident, the seatbelt's not letting go for whatever reason, you know. Which it should, but you never know what the condition of those springs are going to be and if you have an impact. So
right. And at the risk of being Captain Obvious, I mean,
yeah,
I know so many people who don't have a proper spare slash a default jack and lug wrench and jumper cables. And so many people don't even have that.
You know what's funny about that is they were talking on the news about, what is it, 4 out of 10 new cars do not have a spare tire now. They have a can of Fix-A-Flat and like a 1-800 number card you're supposed to call. I tell you what, if I had a vehicle like that, I would buy a donut and throw it in the trunk. I don't care about mileage because I don't understand. I mean, it should almost be criminal to not put a spare tire in a vehicle. I can get it if it's like a high-end sports car or something, or performance car, and there's no room for it because of the design. But to not put a spare tire in a vehicle, I mean, who knows where life's going to take you? We got parts in Nebraska where there's no cell phone signal, you know, and we had to go walk 5 miles to find a farming, and that's what we did when we were kids. But you not having a spare, it just completely boggles. I mean, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't even know how to change a tire, or they never changed a tire in their life. They wouldn't even know where to start, you know. I just can't believe that they don't put spares in vehicles, that they're pulling away from it. So I don't know. So anyway, guys, do you have any other recommendations at all? Anything you think of? Looks like Jim he said he'd be back here in a minute. Or you guys out there in the chat, if you have anything that you want to recommend for a vehicle that we have not mentioned, please do so. You know, we've toolkits, weapons, ammo, multi-tools,
this is
basic box. What's that?
This isn't something I keep in the trunk necessarily, but I normally carry a backpack with me if I'm going to be on a long trip.
Oh.
One of the things I always have is one of those portable battery charger things.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
20 juice packs things. So yeah, if you got to charge up your phone, you know, if you break down, your cell phone may not have any battery left in it if you don't have the presence of mind to keep it plugged in all the time.
I mean, I'm paranoid about keeping it charged, but if you're on the phone for a couple hours with somebody, or you've been kind of bumming around with it, or if you got an older phone that has a battery that's not holding up. Yeah, I've got one that I bought from Amazon that has a solar cell on it, and it will slowly charge the pack. It takes like a day's worth of sunlight to get the pack up to 15 or 20%, but it's enough to put a small charge in your phone, but it constantly tops off the battery pack. Once you manually plug it in and charge it, it gets up to 100%. And then if you let that thing sit out in the sun, it'll slowly keep the battery pack trickle charged at 100%. And that was like $30, I think is what I paid for it. It's a 15,000 milliamp battery. So it could charge your cell phone 3 or 4 times. Well, more than that, kind of depending on what kind of battery you have in your phone. So yeah, the little jump packs are really nice to have. Another one to consider, my wife is always forgetting her phone. She's got a 40-mile one-way commute to get to work. She always forgets her phone in the bathroom. She forgets it on the counter. I keep a little $20 track phone in the glove box, and every 90 days we buy a card for it. Ends up costing like $5 a month, $8 a month to keep that phone. And she'll have that phone handy in case she needs to make any calls. And then as we start to run out of days on that phone, I'll have her bum around on her to use that phone primarily to burn off some of the minutes, and then we'll just replenish it back up again. It'll keep accumulating minutes, but having a spare phone is not a bad idea, especially if you travel a lot. That thing has come in handy for her several times when she left her phone at home, you know, and I'm not going to go run it to her. I can't because of work. So, you know,
a good idea.
Yeah, just a little, literally, it was literally the cheapest flip phone Walmart carried. It's a little LG like your grandma has. Those things run forever. We plug it in maybe every couple months, and it still is down maybe 15 or 20% the battery. And then we just get a track phone card for it, a $20 track phone card every 90 days. And you can buy a whole 1-year membership thing for it, and it's a lot cheaper just to have it sitting around. So, yeah, Jim, did you want to add anything else? Maybe you were talking about a few other items that
Trigger Tickler put a couple of things in there that I actually have in my compass. So a toe strap. I think that's been mentioned already, but toe strap.
Yeah.
I keep ratchet straps in my truck.
Oh yeah, me
that's
too.
a great one. Yeah,
I've got 4 of them. Yeah, those straps with the latches on them and stuff that you can haul stuff on top of your vehicle or in the back to keep things down. Yeah.
Fire extinguisher, which I also keep right in my truck.
See, okay, that's one thing I don't have, but I probably should. A small one. Yeah.
I've actually seen.
Maybe get a marine grade fire extinguisher because it's corrosion resistant and that sort of thing. I mean, that might be a little bit of overkill, but I guess it depends on if you're in an area where there's a lot of salt spray and stuff.
Humidity.
When you're testing car parts for salt spray, you actually do test some of the interior pieces, like the car seat frame. For every time you open and close the door, you're introducing salt spray into the interior of the vehicle and the undersides of all the metal pieces. So if your fire bottle is stashed underneath the seat or in the back, over time, I mean, you're supposed to check them depending on what grade they are. You're supposed to check them every so many years anyhow, but it's just something you might want to look at, or at least when you're rotating out stuff like duct tape and whatnot, make sure that the fire bottle's got a good charge.
Yeah. With the tow strap, maybe go with like a 6,000 pound capacity tow strap. I have a tow chain because I'm always having to borrow my neighbor's trailer to haul off branches and yard waste. So I have a tow chain. I don't have a tow strap, but the chain is like, probably 5 or 6 feet long. But I mean, a tow strap, a nice 20-foot tow strap is a good one. And when you buy those at Walmart, they're prepackaged in a small box. Just throw it in your trunk. You've got it there in case you ever need to be pulled out or pull somebody else out, depending on your vehicle, obviously. Let's see.
French me.
What's that?
French me.
Do what?
He's peddling his wares.
Wrench you? What'd you say?
It sounded like he said French him, and I don't want to do that.
Me?
Wrench me.
Wrench me?
Yes.
He wants to be a mod.
Yes.
Okay, how do I do that from here?
He's selling crap on the internet.
Yes.
How do I make you a mod from here?
You right click on the chat on the person, or you see the 3 dots.
Actually, I don't have 3 dots. Or over in the chat itself. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
The chat itself.
All right, gotcha. I was trying to do it from the internal, so I've done it so little. I haven't done it for such a long time. All right, Wrench you. Are you going to go boot somebody out or what? Oh, there you are. Okay, I'm trying to bounce between the gun channel chat and this chat right here.
You need a third eye.
You said you want me to put you in.
That's why I have 3 monitors, Travis, so I can have one for gun channels, one for YouTube, and one for just the Hangout.
So you said put you in timeout?
That's exactly what I said.
Put Night Strike in timeout. Okay, there you go.
So,
hey, Vandal, I know you're over in Australia right now. I'm going to make you a mod, brother.
Oh, my God.
Add moderator. That's one thing they haven't taken away from you, man, is the ability to moderate other people. So, Vandal, you've been officially crowned with the moderator wrench. So, just
we're allowing Australians now?
Dude, he's awesome, dude.
They want to get their freedom back over there.
He's just an American with a cooler beard, and he sounds even cooler than we do. So there we go. He's got that spirit. He's got that two-way
have
spirit.
an Australian over Bob.
You know what? Watch Vandal's channel, man. You'd be surprised. He's definitely, it's him against the world where he is in his environment, because he's trying to push for their gun rights and save the gun rights and try to get his firearm. And it's unbelievable the resistance that he's got to deal with in his environment. So I really, he's doing his part. So. Yeah. Anything else there, guys? Okay, go ahead. Anything else for travel items? Because I got a couple things I wanted to mention real quick before we call it. Yeah.
This is more so for camping, but you could use this. There's these little coin towels where you just add water to them and they expand into little hand towels. I would keep a set of those in your whatever kit you have in your car in case you need something to wipe yourself off or anything, because those are actual real
that just sounded so
the little coin towels, you can buy them at Dollar Tree. They sell them for $1.
You have to make a joke about everything.
Well,
it's just the way you said it, man.
You're hanging up a bunch of 13-year-olds, and myself included, so what do you expect,
Travis,
we'll be shooting.
I gotta jump out, guys.
Hey,
thanks for the invite today,
dude. Thanks for hanging out here. It looks like we got Ellis coming in. So, Sandhills, thanks for joining me. I'll be talking to you more about Tulsa here in the next couple weeks.
All right, you got my number.
Plans. Yes, I do, man. We're good to go.
All right. See y'all.
There we go. Ellis is joining us. Hey, thanks for joining us, Outlaw. What about you, man? When you travel, what are some vehicle essentials? And it's cool if you mention something that we already talked about. What do you keep in your vehicle when you travel? Do you have anything specific for gear that you got to have before you hit the road?
Extra knives, first aid kit, fishing line, braided preferably, 60-pound test at least.
Okay.
You would be surprised how many times that can come in very handy.
And it's cheap. Doesn't take up a lot of room.
cheap,
lightweight.
You can set up traps with it. Stuff's wonderful.
Okay.
Fire extinguisher, you probably already said that.
Yeah, we had just mentioned that actually. Yeah.
Hatchets or an axe, even a small tomahawk, that'll work.
Oh,
fire starting equipment.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on and on, man. There's just so much. Space blankets. Blankets, period.
Yeah, that's what we keep in our vehicle, just because you never know what you're going to run into and it's going to get cold.
Small tarps for shelter.
Okay.
I mean, I always think, what am I going to do if the car breaks down and I'm in the middle of nowhere?
Okay, what about food? What do you do for food? Do you have any, because I showed off some Datrex bars, this little survival bar. Do you keep anything? Do you just keep an MRE in the trunk or whatever, or what?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right, because I mean, for me, I do.
Food is, you can go 3 weeks without food.
Yeah.
So, and I can hunt, and I've always got a way to kill something. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's why we got the guns and ammo with us, right? Yeah. All right. It looks like it's starting to slow down just a little bit in the chat. Something I want to talk about real quick. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, maps. Maps are a good one. Yeah, I keep a Gazette in my vehicle that has all the country roads on it for Nebraska, all the wildlife management areas. It's a big book, but I just throw it in the back in my box. And I actually did a little video on that, just showing you the resources in that little $10 book that you can buy. You can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them at Walmart. And it's got all the country roads listed on there, because we've got a ton of country roads, gravel roads. You don't know if you're going to run into a minimum maintenance road or if you're going to run into whatever. And that shows you where all the management areas are, what kind of game is available in those areas. That's a very cool. Maps are good, but I like something with a little more detail also. Okay, so we're going to kind of change the topic real quick here, but this really has to do with you viewers, and it has to do with the show. And this might even be nice, right? This might be a topic for next week. There's a guy that I follow over on YouTube. His name is Mundane Matt, and I've been watching him for years. And he talks about everything. I mean, I like his show because he's not conservative, but he's not too liberal. He's kind of in between, and he tries to look at both points of a discussion. And something that came up is I have guys that tell me, I keep seeing this in the chat. Somebody's going to say, man, are you still making videos? I haven't got your notification, in weeks. Are you still making videos? Are you still doing what's going on? So subscribers are not getting notifications. And for the longest time, we thought, maybe you guys already know about this. I don't know. Maybe we thought it was just a chat thing. Maybe we thought that there's some kind of a glitch going on, So I want to screen share. This video was just on this morning or last night from Monday Matt's channel. And it says here, YouTube doesn't share your video with all your subscribers. And these little hipsters here are sitting here talking about how YouTube is trying to cater notifications to only people that are active with the content creator. So if you're replying to people's videos and you're thumbs up in the videos, let's say there's somebody you sub to and you watch their videos every couple months. You don't have to see every video that you want to see. They are trying to set it up so you don't get the notification every time a new video shows up. But what's the point of subscribing if you don't want to watch the content? So watch this video if you get a chance. These are YouTube employees that say that, well, we just make sure that notifications don't go out to everybody, only those people that really follow a particular channel and interact with the content creator. So I don't like that because, some of you might, I'm not going to say it's just for gun videos they're doing this, because they're not. But if you guys are not getting our notifications, it's not us. It's not a technical difficulty. It is YouTube.
It would be nice if there was an option for your account that you could say, I want all notifications for everybody I'm sub to, or I want limited, or I only want them for this channel or that channel. But they don't give you that option.
You got the bell and you got the subscribe, right? And if you don't have the bell, even if you have the bell click, there's no guarantee that you're going to get the notification.
Right.
So check your subscriptions once in a while. You might be surprised. Like for the longest time, I hadn't received any notifications from Tac Daddy, and I've been watching his videos for years. And it just seems like his chat videos just kind of disappeared from my feed. I never got a subscription notice. Or there's a few other channels that I follow, and I didn't get any notifications. So they're now, kind of controlling who gets to see what and when and how those people are notified. And it's not an attack on gun channels. I'll just say that right now. But just an explanation real quick, okay? The other thing I want to mention real quick is there's a Pro 2A gal out here. She was over on Hank Strange's chat the other night, and I'm going to put this on the internal and also put this on the YouTube side. Lucretia Hughes. I hope I pronounced her name properly. I've just watched 2 of her videos. This chick is 2A fired up. I mean, it scares me how emotional and how energetic she is for being Pro 2A. I want you guys to go to her channel and subscribe. She will tell you like it is. She will point out what I think is the truth about where politics are going and how we are right now. I watched her video for like 15 minutes and I thought, man, you want to get motivated? You think we get excited? You think Smeggy or Nice Try gets pumped up when there's a 2A issue? This chick, she lets it off the chain, man. I'm going to tell you right now. What's that?
I get pumped up.
You get pumped up. You guys, you two. I mean, she check her channel out. It's awesome. I just like to listen to her talk. Because she was talking about the fixed nicks and draining the swamp and stuff. And man, I mean, if she's got trolls, she'll just rip you. I mean, it's like, anyway, check her out. I like to promote some smaller channels once in a while, and she is Pro 2A all the way, man. I mean, she's that's all I'm gonna say. So do check her channel out. Anything you guys like to add? We're almost going on 2 hours here, and I think maybe we'll maybe call it. Any other items you guys want to recommend? Get a good med kit. Think about water.
Did anybody
food.
mention a shovel? I wasn't in for the whole thing.
Yeah, those little military foldable shovels. Those are kind of nice to have.
Any kind of shovel. I mean, an entrenching tool is portable, and you can use it for more than just digging and that sort of thing. But if you've got a truck bed or something like that, and you want to have a full size shovel, or you want to have a short shovel with a handle at the end, I mean, any sort of shovel is better than nothing. Especially if you're driving in snow or whatnot. I keep one in the bed of the truck usually just in the winter, or if I'm going up north and I plan on going any off-road trails. I've gotten the truck hung up on the frame of the truck hung up on maybe going off the trail a little bit and then stopping and realizing, and then I've had to dig out the bottom underneath the truck and so I could drive away. So having that shovel there is pretty handy.
Yeah, I have a collapsible winter shovel that I just throw in the back of the Jeep because my grandfather he had to go take the ditch because he almost got run off the road by a maintainer that was going by him in the middle of a blizzard. And he got his Grand Cherokee like stuck in the snow. Once the snow was up to the doors, it couldn't get out because of the snow underneath of it. So we came out there with a couple shovels and dug it out so we could get him out so we wouldn't have to call in a tow truck. Real quick, Vandal's correcting me over there on the chat side. It's Lucretia. Lucretia. Let me explain. Lucrecia, I pronounce it Lucrecia because there's a story we read in my Spanish class that's spelled exactly like her name. So I'm pronouncing it like the story pronounces it. So Vandal, I'm not, like I said, I didn't mean to butcher her first name, but Lucretia Hughes, check her out. She's awesome. Just wanted to address that real quick, just in case everybody says, it's Lucretia, you moron. Anyway, all right. So yes, the shovel, always a good essential to have. They don't take up a lot of room. They're cheap. Anything else, guys?
I don't have a lot of excuses to use it, but in the toolbox I threw a what do you call it, an extension cord, just a plain old orange extension cord. What else? I keep an inverter in the car too because I don't have one of these fancy vehicles that has 120 volt outlets just yet.
Vehicle inverter is a good idea.
What else? Shop towels. I do have a roll of those. Rock Humper mentioned that earlier.
Okay. Another one, in case you didn't think about it, check the last time your car battery was changed. Once you hit 4 to 5 years, if you live in a place that has high temperatures or extreme lows, your battery is going to be taking a lot of wear and tear. And so that first day that it gets down to 0, that first day it gets up to 110, you go to turn your car on. And, so about every 4 years, I think we rotate our car batteries. Because I've been stuck before. I've had to go bail friends out that had batteries that were dying and they didn't bother changing it and they needed a jump. So jumper cables, we've mentioned that before too. All right, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. And let's check and see who was with us here over on the gun channel side. We had Patrick over there. We had Squib there, Squib here, Squib everywhere. Jim was there. Jim was here also. Tony was with us also. Buck was with us also on the gun channel side. So thanks guys for tuning in. I do appreciate that. Make sure you guys get over and check out the new shiny polished up gunchannels.com. Get yourself your membership. It's free. And we're going to be bringing you lots of content from Tulsa as soon as we can. And over on the YouTube side, man, it's a pretty good number of people here. We had a Trigger Tickler with us, Gizzard Gary. Yeah, don't buy the cheapest jumper cables. You can get good ones because they'll last. They'll work. In fact, I still have the ones that my dad, I think he had in high school. These things are like heavy gauge copper. Midnight Range, thanks for joining in, buddy. DF2 Doc, Brother Blacksmith was with us. Clint was with us. Richard Chamberlain was here. Frank, always good to hear you, buddy. Grim 90, David Bowling was with us, or Bowling. I apologize if I mess up your names there. David A, Sean Newman. Let's see, Insight Freedom was with us today too. Thanks for joining in. Richard, yeah, hopefully caught everybody that was here. We had some guys join us earlier. Tardot 357, good to hear from you, man. Always good to see you guys here. So, all right, so the panel, we're going to let you guys just throw a few final comments out there. Then I'm going to let you guys enjoy your weekend, okay? We need to let you out of class so you can go ahead and get started doing what you need to do. Ellis, we're going to start with you, man. Anything you want to add, any shows you want to plug, anything we need to know? Oh, there he is. Yeah. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
I have myself muted.
No, it's all good. Yeah. All right, go ahead, man.
Anything that I want to say, yes.
Yeah.
Coffee is God.
No, it's nectar of the gods, mind you, and God. Yes.
It's coffee is.
Mm-hmm.
No, just I got shows coming up Monday, 11 o'clock, Tuesday, 6 o'clock. That's p.m. Eastern time. I've been doing a lot of the late night things here lately. I've done two.
Yeah. 2 a.m. this morning. Yeah. 2 a.m. my time. I'm like, when was this on? Because I wanted to join them. Like, oh God, I was fast asleep when this was going on. But there's still people up watching. There's still people that are participating.
We was doing pretty good last night.
That's right on, man. Right on.
That's the second one I've done this week.
I'm telling you, between Midnight Range's late night Sunday night and your later shows, I think that's a good time to go. Me, people catch mine when they can, but the evening you're sitting around, it's like, yeah, there's nothing else to do. I'm gonna jump into a chat,
You know what? I come home last night. I feel like crap, bored out of my mind. I grabbed a beer, turned on the camera, and went with it. And we had a good time. We had a good time.
Yeah. What is your beer of choice too? I'm just kind of curious. We're not going to make this into a beer chat, but what is your choice? What's your go-to, man? What doesn't let you down?
Normally, when I buy beer, it's Michelob, and mind you, I don't buy beer often. I mean, it's something rare for me.
Yeah.
But a buddy of mine had some Fat Tire here from Belgium. And it was the first time I'd ever tried it, and it's not bad. That's a decent beer.
That is a gateway. That's a gateway beer into craft brews. They make it about 5 hours away from where I live, over in the New Belgium factory. They make one called Sunshine Wheat that tastes like Fruit Loops. It is freaking awesome. It's really good. That's good to know, Outlaw. All right, good to know. Cool, man. All right, so we'll keep now your shows. You said what nights again, because you've kind of changed your schedule?
The Monday night show is 11 o'clock after Matt's. If you watch NEA's channel, my show is right after NEA. And then on Tuesdays, it's the 6 o'clock slot.
Right before Hit or Miss, Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, okay. Well, actually, it's before Ghost Tactical, which is before Hit or Miss. So
I'm telling you, we need a TV channel. We need a Gun Channels channel over on TiVo, or not TiVo, Roku. We need a that just puts the streams up and pushes them over there so you can watch them. So anytime you turn the channel on, it's there.
See, I've been thinking about the idea of if I can get GunTube on the air and make a Roku channel for GunTube where you can watch, the premium stuff. And then we have another app that just watches the regular stuff.
There are people that have their own channels on Roku in the Roku store, and they're just like sitting out in their backyard talking about fishing or minor outdoor. I mean, these people have no budget at all, and they're getting a channel up on Roku. There must be a way to do it that's not too expensive.
Yeah, there is.
I mean, maybe think about getting a GunTube channel where it just pushes the feeds over, or you schedule it to air. Yeah. Or maybe it locks into a URL and it just shows whatever's on that URL at that time.
So, Night Strike, you would say you would have like different tiers. You'd have a premium channels and then regular broadcasting.
You would. What I'm saying is, I'd have two separate ones. One where people can just go and watch all the videos on GunTube, and then the other one where we'd have some sort of GunTube version of YouTube Red, where all the channel creators have their own, paid channel that they can get listed on it. And people can, subscribe to, and that way the channels get money and GunTube gets a cut out of it because they're hosting it.
Now, before people freak out and say, "I ain't going to pay to watch the internet," guys, this is launching something like this, especially when you're trying to stay away from corporate funding. this is grassroots. This is the way it's going to have to be, unless Night Strike wins the what, South Carolina Lotto. You live in South Carolina, North Carolina.
Yeah,
it's not cheap, guys.
Okay, look at it like this. What do you guys pay for a pack of cigarettes? What do you pay when you go to the bar? What do you pay for your lottery tickets? What do you pay for whatever vices you have? How much are you paying for your Netflix or your cable bill or whatever it is? I mean, if Night Strike has a reasonable monthly subscription fee or something like that, and it helps keep this running and we can stick it to YouTube, just shell out a couple bucks. I mean, Night Strike, work with the people, right?
An extra value meal will cost you. You can spend like $8 or $9 now. What if you spent that one extra value meal you eat 4 or 5 times a week?
It's like $5 or $10 that unreasonable? Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, Travis spends more than that on sweet tea every day.
Oh God, I spend way more than that on ammo. I spend more on patches and cleaner, God, than anything else. So,
hey, Night Strike, you could have a trial thing, like a 30-day trial. They can try it out. If they like it, then after that, they have to pay a subscription fee or something like that. I mean,
try to run it through PayPal or something.
Yeah, I am working on this vehemently, but the only problem I'm running into is right now I've got GunTube up. I've got it on a 3 terabyte hard drive. Right now, all the videos that are hosted on there, we're only using about 19 gigs out of 2 terabytes, which we could totally add a couple more channels. They can upload 3 or 4 videos. We'll be fine right now. But when it comes to actually hosting tons and tons of channels after this whole YouTube situation happens, I'm going to run into an issue where I don't have enough space. And I've looked at it to start up and be able to run tons of videos, hundreds of videos. I'm going to need to have the same amount of funding that Jaeger got for his Libre TV. And the problem is, I don't know if there's enough of us out there, watching these videos, watching all of our live streams, and even some of us doing this to fund that amount of money, because we're not as big as Jaeger. I hate to use him as an example, but he's the only example I have.
Yeah, but somebody was on YouTube saying this cost millions to do. It's like, no, it costs thousands to do.
It costs thousands to start up.
Quit making it impossible for one. But even though thousands is not like, I mean, I'm sure Night Strike, you don't just reach in your back pocket and pull out $10,000 either. But the whole thing is you've got to
have problems.
But you've got to start somewhere. Maybe the service is slow at first, or maybe the service is limited. But I mean, you got to work on it and work your way up. I mean, hey, maybe you can get PSA to support it. Who knows? I mean, Travis, you and Matt send enough business that way down to South Carolina,
Well, I mean, there's a lot of, but we don't want the corporate guys dipping their fingers in it, because then they start to dictate what kind of content we can have, because they're paying the bills. They're keeping the lights on.
Let me mention this, okay? I'm not opposed to getting advertisement and having them have a banner on GunTube or a paid video, but I'm going to tell them this straight up, that if they pay for this advertisement, they're paying for their advertisement to get their message out to people who will actually buy their products, and not people who could give two flying flips about it. Okay, but that does not mean that they can dictate what we host on our platform. Our platform is dedicated to hosting firearms content and firearms content only.
So what you're saying is you're telling them that if you want to get people who are going to buy your stuff to look at your ads, come to our site, but don't tell us how to run it.
Exactly.
I don't think that's unfair.
No. Remember, guys, this is all over on guntube.org. Make sure that you go there. All right.
Yeah. So I don't think that's too much to ask for as a company. But again, I need help, because while I have it set up there, it says it's an LLC. I've actually been running this as a self-proprietor right now. I haven't actually filed the paperwork for the LLC because I don't have the money.
No, you were going to go nonprofit and you're going to do a 501c308.
No, I was going to go a 501c454.
You mean like the NRA, not for profit?
Yeah. Just because you're a nonprofit doesn't mean there's two types of LLCs. There's the for-profit LLC you see everywhere. And then there's a nonprofit LLC that runs as a nonprofit organization. The NRA, guess what the NRA is? They're a nonprofit LLC. So
we need to either get do you want to do a GoFundMe or an Indiegogo for this? I think if we all push forward and say, look, this is where the future is, because obviously YouTube wants us to move out of the house at some point or another. And what, like I said, here's what's going to happen. People like me are going to get tired of playing YouTube's games and having to curate my content to keep staying on their website. So I'm going to go. I'm getting tired of fiddling around with it and wondering what's going to happen when I'm going to lose everything I built, because I can't teeter-tot through the rules, which are not impossible to understand. But I want to go someplace else where I can post content. People can enjoy it. I don't have to worry about some people get notifications, some people not.
But Travis, the way they word it, though, they can change it at any time. And I understand it's a business, and they do have the right to do that. They do. But it's just so annoying.
It is. It's like, am I going to – I guess part of it is at this point, I'm numb to it. If something happens. I really don't care, because I know I can go someplace else, and I will. It's just, the whole community you built up, and then the connections that you've made, and the contact with people and talking to people and getting good feedback from people and dealing with the trolls. I'm going to miss that. That's the part that's the part that I'm going to miss the most. And it's just, that's why I don't want to leave YouTube, because of what we have going on here and the communication ability and the chats and stuff like that. But, in terms of hosting content,
you have my email address, buddy. You can always stay in contact with me.
Oh yeah.
I don't want you missing me or anything.
No, I'm just saying, if my channel gets struck down tomorrow, it's like I wouldn't be surprised, and personally, I would not care. Yeah,
Travis, what I'm going to tell you is right now, download all the videos you need to on a hard drive. Go out and buy yourself a 4 terabyte hard drive.
Bro, they're right here. They're literally, and my whole collection is here, and I have it on a pin drive, and then I also have cloud backup. I'm ready.
For anyone that's worried about their channels, go and get a 1 or 4 terabyte hard drive from Walmart or Best Buy, Costco, anywhere. Download all your videos. You can do it.
When you download the videos, they are typically a smaller file format than what you upload. I've noticed that with mine. They're about half the space that they were, because the MP4, MPEG-4 encoding will condense them down a little bit, so you might lose a little bit of space, but you can download it. They take up less space than they are when you finish producing them on your computer.
I mean, that's what GunTube uses. We use MP4.
Yeah.
So it's not a new concept of compressing the files as they go onto your server, so you can serve them to the masses. That's not a new concept.
Hey, real quick here, am I missing something here? Did something just happen? E-Rock is telling us that Trump just signed the NICS. Is that something new?
The fixed NICS.
Didn't that already happen?
Yeah, that happened.
Oh, I thought maybe something new just popped up, and now there's something we're missing. So we don't need to get into discussion on that, but I didn't want to make sure I didn't miss that. So, yeah, Sean, I'll tell you what, Sean, if they keep doing things the way that they're doing, there's going to be people that'll get tired of the model and drop out of the model and not want to deal with YouTube anymore, And like I said, it's their rules. You don't want to play their games, you leave the court. It's that simple. It's just, at this point, I mean, like I said, I've got a collection ready to go. I'm ready to migrate someplace else. VidMe couldn't handle me, so we'll see if GunTube can.
Well, old Travis, you're going to have to, invest a little bit.
Yeah. And once you get your server, I'm going to send you hard drives, brand new. I'm going to send you network hard drives, and if that's a space where anybody can put their stuff, or I can put my stuff, so be it. So, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to send you whatever. I'm ready to move over to things and just enjoy. We can build a community over there between that and gun channels. I think we can build a good community. We'll keep our community going.
How much hard drive space do you have now, Night Strike? Total.
In my computer, my actual home computer, I've got 6 or 7 terabytes. Okay, for my personal stuff. For the server right now, it's only got 2 terabytes of storage for videos.
Oh.
It is a 3 terabyte drive, but I got some of that portioned off for the operator.
Okay, well, here's another question. Not to take over your show, Travis. Sorry about that.
No, dude, we're good. We're just finishing up anyway. It's all good. Yeah.
What would you estimate you would need to get this thing up and running in total hard drive space?
I looked at initially. I've used what we have, what people are doing right now with GunTube, and if it goes 100 times, I've looked at it, and initially what I'm starting out with, what we're going to start out with, is 120 terabytes of storage. And that sounds like a lot, and that is a lot, but that's not full.
No, it's not. Not for video.
Okay.
Yeah, you start dealing with 4K down the road.
Yeah.
No, you got to figure though.
But
this is the issue you're going to run into. Most of us, we do quite a bit of quick little 15-minute videos, but most of us do these chats that go on for 1, 2, 3, 4 hours sometimes.
Oh, well, now hold on. That doesn't that doesn't necessarily mean that you need a ton of space for that. I've been downloading video and audio files from YouTube for about 3.5 years, more video than audio. Some of them are 8-hour lobbies, some of them are 2-minute videos, but a lot of it's the 1 to 2 hour stuff, like a Caliber Corner or a how-to video or something like that. To give you an example, 14,367 files takes up 1.36 terabytes. So do the math.
So, and again, as I said this before, there's going to be limits. I mean, I hate to do it, but unfortunately, people will be limited to what they can upload and how much they can upload, just because of the factor that, hey, guess what, guys? I'm not YouTube. I'm not Google. I can't.
Okay, so if we sent you, or if I sent you a hard drive, can I have a designated safe space to put my videos so they go just to that hard drive or not?
You will have whatever the limits are set up for because that's just how I can do it.
Yeah, I'm not in any hurry to move the content over at all. I mean, in fact, I'll try to take my most popular videos and make sure those are the ones that get uploaded, because those are the ones that people
I've already got your most popular videos up.
Those are the most fun to watch, but they don't have the most views.
Either the 338 Nerf Pua video and the tactical goofball. You've already got both those up. You're good.
You need to put my Jeep video up. 2 things to look for when you buy a Jeep Cherokee. I did a little 6-minute video.
I forgot that one.
That little sucker. I did it just kind of as a like, not really a joke. Just gonna make sure I just got my vehicle back from repair. Check for a broken heater core and check for a saggy rear suspension. And that thing's got like 160,000 views. And I got people like. People get emotional about the only 2 things you got to look for. There's 5 things you need to look. And I'm like, dude, I just said these are 2 things you should look for. And I kind of did it as a joke, and it's kind of exploded. So I might put that one over on your channel too, because that's
No, go for it.
I know. I was like, I literally did that, and I'm like, how?
Here's the thing about GunTube.
Yeah,
I've gotten criticism saying I should make it more open tube so we get more exposure to more people, so more people will get into firearms. And I don't mind setting up a separate entity that does that. And if they want to upload gun content, they can go straight to GunTube and linking it that way. I don't mind setting that up, but I want to get GunTube running first before I make an open tube or a free tube.
Yeah.
Because quite honestly, I can't make a free tube without funding either. And I hate to, I don't like to drone on about this, about money, but, people don't realize that YouTube is hosting this service for you for free, but it's costing them billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Quite literally. Because they have to buy hard drive space. They have to buy servers. They have to pay the co-location fees in their own data center for it.
They're making money off the commercials, and if they want, they could make it a subscription service. They'd lose some people because there are just some people out there that everything's got to be free, mooches. But there are other people that would pay for it. They pay it. People pay a cable. Dude, I pay over $200 a month for cable freaking TV. You think I wouldn't pay $20 a month for YouTube?
There's nothing on.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't even watch TV anymore.
How much do people pay for their Amazon subscription or their Netflix or any of that other stuff? I'm telling you, if YouTube said, sorry, it's going to be pay only, it's going to be $20 a month or something, there'd be those people that would say screw it, or they'd go over to their brother's house or something and watch it for free or something. But there'd be plenty of people that would shell out $20 a month on PayPal.
Right. But that's what I'm saying is YouTube already has a way for them to get some sort of income to balance the costs. I don't have any advertising. I don't have any, startup funding. I'm doing this with just like $50 in my pocket and the server I already own and pay for to be hosted in a data center already. That's what I'm doing it on.
Yeah, so we can get it going. I mean, it's just so guys understand, if we get you know, an Indiegogo going or some sort of a GoFundMe. Don't roll your eyes. Just understand it so we can get this up and running so we can make something of it. If we want this to happen, we're going to have to, everybody's going to have to kick in and support it. That way you can be part of making it happen, because that's the only way to keep unwanted interest out of what we're trying to build here. So
I've thrown a link out there for the Patreon. I've got a Patreon set up. If you guys can help me out with like $10, I'll give you access to the Android app. It's still in beta, so be aware it doesn't work the greatest yet, but it is working. It is capable, so you can watch videos while you're out and about instead of always on Wi-Fi at home.
Yeah,
you can upload videos via that way too. Not that you'd want to, but you can. You can do the whole thing in your car where you record a video and upload it to GunTube. You can do that too with that app.
How's the live streaming going, Nightstrike?
The live stream does work, but at the same time, I have to set up limits to where people don't just continuously stream for 24 hours and over and bork the system. So I have to fix that little bug.
You know,
Midnight Range has a good suggestion. He says, why not open a Patreon for it where you have to pay $1 or $2 a month to have access to upload on GunTube?
I've seriously thought about that too.
I'll pay. Do it. Start up. Let's see what happens.
I mean,
not necessarily to upload, but yeah, just an option. Maybe to have access to a premium tier of the services you were talking about before. So yeah.
The problem is a lot of the stuff that I'd like to do with this requires me to go and contract the developer of the software I'm using, because he's open to private contracting and whatnot to do special modifications to my site and not anybody else's, because he's doing this as an open source project. You know, I've already got his permission to use the software for what I'm using it for. You know, he's actually very, even though he lives in a country that they're very stringent on gun laws, he supports people owning guns.
Yeah.
So at least they're, you know, thumbs up on that. But in order to get some of these modifications and some of this stuff, I need capital so I can pay him to go and actually do it.
Yeah.
And that's
I think it's money. I think it's money.
I'm not coding this all myself, guys. I'm muddling through the code, doing what I can by myself. But whenever it's the hard stuff, I go to him, because it's beyond, some of this stuff is even beyond me.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. It's cool. All right, we're gonna keep kind of closing out here. So Squibby, do you have anything you want to go ahead and plug? Any shows you recommend we check out? Anywhere to go? Any place to be? What do you think, man?
Yeah. Thanks for letting me jump in today. I was up late with Edge, so
no, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
If anybody wants to get up early on Saturday morning, don't hang out with Edge. No, there's going to be a 2A rally in Lansing today, so I need to get out of here so I can get ready to go to that.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be getting a message from Smeggy on meeting him, so we can carpool out there. Smeggy, if you're out there, text me. As far as shows on Monday nights, Lock and Load, we're probably going to be changing it to a 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time time. We keep moving around the times, and HVS doesn't have daylight savings time in Hawaii, so he doesn't.
Okay.
He does. Yeah, he can't keep track of time. He's hanging at the pool. And then I've been on Fridays. I've been getting on Budget Guns and Gear review at 7 Eastern. So
cool.
I'll see you guys around the interwebs.
Sounds good, man. Thanks for joining in this morning. Appreciate you joining us and contributing. Cool, man. Appreciate you.
Later.
All right. Night Strike. Any shows you want to plug before we go ahead and call it?
Yeah. Hit or Miss Tuesday nights at 9:00. Early watch on the Night Strike 1 channel. Look it up on YouTube. You'll find it.
Yeah.
What else? The Friday Night Strike, and help me out with GunTube. There we go.
Yes. Let's make it happen. Get over to gunchannels.com. Get signed up. Message, get in contact with all these channels, like them, subscribe to them. I think it's an easy way to build a great community. Good, genuine people over on gunchannels.com. And then also let's get GunTube up and running so we don't have to play with YouTube anymore. All right. Jim, anything you want to tell us? Any content coming up this spring, man? Do you have a video in mind that you want to promote?
Yes, I do. And I will get to it eventually. There will be some self-deprecating humor. There will be a Ghost Tactical Drill of the Month.
Okay.
There may be 1 or 2 rants because I always have a rant in mind. Let's see if I can get some YouTube community strikes with a channel just getting off the ground here.
Anybody doing reloading videos and stuff? It's just like, man. I mean, it's like I said, it's annoying to the point that they're succeeding. They're making me not even want to be over there anymore. It's just why? What is the problem? There's stupider content on there that's more dangerous than somebody showing you how to safely reload 9mm ammunition or how to safely reassemble your firearm, especially for the first time gun owner.
The thing,
it's asinine. Yeah.
The thing I've been saying is, for one, I know YouTube is a private entity that can do what they want, and this is their house. But at the same time, if they're venturing off into, I actually philosophically, I believe they should be able to do whatever the heck they want. Obviously, just as much as the baker, the hypothetical baker, ought to be able to bake a cake or not for whoever the heck they want, right? Yeah. But if we are to be judged by the standard of the baker, then I say what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And why is YouTube allowed to be discriminatory when others aren't? So there's that. The other thing is, why aren't we treating YouTube as a public utility yet? They're kind of a take-all information sharing service who claims to value free speech. So when they start cracking down on perfectly legal people doing perfectly legal things with perfectly legal objects, that there's something philosophically wrong there too. So
they got their funders, their backers, they got their crowd they're catering to by curating their content. So they know what they're doing. I mean, it's not they're pushing their agenda out of Silicon Valley, so it's just what you expect,
You have to remember where YouTube is getting the money from. They have liberal backers that say we don't want this kind of stuff out there because it just defeats our agenda.
Mm-hmm.
If they see that kind of content and they realize people are watching it, which that's not good for them. They don't want anybody to see anything having to do with a gun, making ammunition, whatever. It's bad juju. So either you get rid of the guns or you lose the backing that we're giving you. It's not just YouTube. It goes further than that. All the money.
Yeah. Well, and a couple of people have said it in the chat. I don't know if we've reached that tipping point yet, but there's going to come a time where YouTube goes the way of MySpace and something bigger and better takes over. So we'll see if and when that happens.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice, but who knows what their platform's going to be when they finally launch or what they're gonna want. So, but yeah, we got to do something, man. We got to try something if we want to keep the message out there.
Other than that, there's a very well-funded and orchestrated set of protests going on today. So I know that us little ordinary people who appreciate the Second Amendment can't get out there and counter that on that same level. But I encourage everyone who can, who has a camera and a Instagram or Facebook account to post a why I carry or hashtag why I carry post. Just make it something about your life and why this is important and why it's not nutty and wanting children to die.
Yeah. You have a right to live.
Yep.
Why you don't want that is above and beyond me, but it's that simple. All right, so definitely support your local causes. Do what you can for your part. It doesn't take much. Just a couple minutes on your cell phone and get your message out there, and you're good to go. All right, cool, man. All right, Gary, thanks for joining us. Your premiere visitation to the Caliber Corner. I want to thank you for joining us today. Like I said, it was a different chat. It wasn't necessarily all firearms. Gary, anything you want to plug? Any shows or programs you want people to check out, or?
Anyway, thanks for having me. I enjoyed it. I'll make sure and get myself up on Saturday mornings from now on.
Hey, there you go. The crack. Well, you're the rooster, man. I hear you before I'm even awake. Literally, we have a rooster up the street of their farm. You can hear it echo across the town at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
We're gonna have to start calling Gizzard Gary the Cluckster.
Yeah, there you go.
Ouch.
Anyway, now that this, or at least hopefully, gizzardgary.com. Check me out on not only YouTube, but Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you can find me. Also, like I mentioned earlier, Early Watch KS if you want 2A information from the state of Kansas. And everybody have a great weekend.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Like I said, you guys can finally enjoy your weekend. So everybody that joined in, thank you so much. We'll plan for a show next Saturday. In fact, we're going to be going into spring break at the school where I teach. So we're going to be out a couple days this week. And so I'm hoping I can do some early watch with Night Strike or Jimmy or whoever's running it, and maybe stay up and do some of those later shows too. And I'm definitely going to try to get out to the range. I went out on Thursday and did a Glock 43 video that I posted over on Patreon and took it out and put some rounds through it. Had a good time with it. And the range is still kind of messy right now, and the weather is very unpredictable in the spring. So I'll try to get out when I can and make a few more range tests for you and fun stuff like that. But otherwise, that's it, guys. So this has been Caliber Corner number 36. We're almost coming up on 1 year of having episodes. So hopefully we'll have a little 1 year celebration and kind of reflect back on where we've been and where we're going, and see if we can get going over onto GunTube and so on, and kind of have some fun. So, all right, guys, you guys all have a great weekend. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your support on the channel. Please like or subscribe. Check us out. And as always, guys, I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe. And as you know, we will talk to you soon. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye, Felicia. No, bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Okay. And for those of you that are Spanish speakers, adios, Felicia.